Bhakti Vaibhav class. So till last class, we have been discussing about the pastimes of Prithu Maharaj. Before that, we discussed about Dhruva Maharaj. Before that, we discussed about Daksha Prajapati also. Now, from this chapter onwards till the end, we'll be discussing about the Prachetas, the wonderful activities of the Prachetas. So Daksha, as it was mentioned in the third canto by Lord Kapila, there are devotees under different modes. Devotee under mode of ignorance, devotee under mode of passion, devotee under mode of goodness, and devotee beyond three modes. So since they are indicated in the third canto, the case studies or the examples of the same are shown in the fourth canto. Daksha is considered to be a devotee in the mode of ignorance. Dhruva is considered to be a devotee in the mode of passion because he was worshipping the Lord with a desire to get something superior to that of Brahma. Padam Tribo Notkrushtam Jigisho Sadhu Vartmame. And Pruthumara represents a devotee in the mode of goodness. Of course, Pruthumara himself is not like that, a devotee in the mode of goodness, but being a king to set an ideal example to the people in his kingdom, he was acting like a devotee in the mode of goodness and he was inspiring everyone to be a devotee in the mode of goodness. He was humbly requesting everyone, please perform your respective varnashram duties, please perform everything as an offering to Lord Yajna. If you all of you practice bhakti in this way, there is a hope that I will attain perfection being your king. He was inspiring everyone to surrender themselves or their activities to Supreme Lord for the purpose of attaining moksha. So these are the qualities of a devotee in the mode of goodness. So he was representing a devotee in the mode of goodness. He was inspiring people to become a devotee in the mode of goodness. Now, in the rest of the Bhagavatam, we will see the examples of devotee in the mode of pure goodness. The Prachetas, Lord Shiva, and Narada Muni. These are the three important personalities whom we can take them as the devotees beyond three modes. By their activities, by their prayers, by their instructions, we can understand what should be the mentality of a devotee who is situated beyond three modes or want to be situated beyond three modes. By these three examples, we'll understand, we'll appreciate. Now, in 24th chapter, we'll see Lord Shiva as the exemplary devotee. And then from 25 to 29 and 31, we'll see Narada Muni as a one exemplary devotee of beyond three modes. And also how a sadhaka can become a devotee like that. The Prachetas are an example of that. From nowhere, they are practicing sadhana sincerely. So but eventually they end up becoming devotee beyond three modes. So Siddha examples are already there, Lord Shiva and Narada Muni, and Sadhaka example of Prachetas. We can see in this section of fourth canto. So this is a long section and very technical section also. The allegorical story of Prachina Bharat is very technical, but that is very interesting. That is applicable to one and all of us. We are at the state of Prachina Bharhi currently. So a Prachina Bharhi uh, person's consciousness, we're traveling all the way up to pure goodness person. So that is the section that inspires us how to go through this transformation. So request all of you take this seriously and attend all the classes without fail. So Hare Krishna. So in upcoming months, we'll be having Kartik Yatra and so many other things. So many festivals are also coming up. Most of them are lying on weekends. So some of the classes, some of the weeks, we may not have classes, but still, as and when we have class, request everyone to be present and take the advantage of this discussion. So in the 24th chapter, the Prachetas, sons of Prachina Barhi, the grandson of King Prutu, received the prayers of Lord Shiva. So this chapter is also called as Rudra Gita, song sung by Lord Rudra. Interesting song. This is a big chapter. About 79 verses are there, and so many subsections are there. Very wonderful section. I think starting from 32 to 68, it is the original Rudra Gita, and before that, the circumstances after that, the other subsequent events are all narrated. But 32 to 68, almost 36 verses are the Rudra Gita, the song sung by Lord Shiva himself. And afterwards, after 68, Lord Shiva glorified Rudra Gita and the Falashruti of reverently chanting this mantra. Whoever following the instructions of Lord Shiva, whoever chants regularly the Rudra Gita, what kind of benefit one will get? That is, Lord Shiva himself says in the later part of the chapter, last 10 verses. So, this is the breakup of the entire chapter. So, now before Rudra Gita begin 32 verse until 31, until this, what were the circumstances under which the Prachetas met Lord Shiva and Lord Shiva was inspired to speak Rudra Gita. So all these background stories are narrated in this section. Maitreya Uvacha. Yeah, anyone can unmute and
Maitreya
repeat.
Uvacha.
Vijita Sodhi Rajasit.
Vijita Soti Rajasi.
Prutu Putra Prutushrava.
Putu Putra Prutushva.
Vaviyobhyo dadat. Kasta.
Vaviyogo Dastastva.
Bhartrubhyo Bhartuvastala.
Partubhyo Vastravat Dava. The great sage Maitreya continued. Vijistava, the eldest son of Maharaj Puthu, who had the reputation like his father, become the emperor and give his younger brother different direction of the world to govern, for he was very affectionate toward his brothers. Hare
Hmm.
Krishna.
Maitreya is speaking now. Maitreya is continuing the story after narrating how Prithu Maharaj went back to Godhead along with his dearmost wife, Mother Archie. So now he's continuing. How did his children continued the legacy that is being narrated here? So Vijitashva, the eldest son of Maharaj Prithu, who had a reputation like his father's, became the king and gave his younger brothers different regions of the world, being affectionate to his brothers. So Prithu Maharaj had 5 children, just like a person has 5 senses. Similarly, Prithu Maharaj had 5 children through his wife, Archie. So of the 5, the eldest one was Vijitashva. He became the emperor and he requested his 4 younger brothers to take care of the kingdom in 4 directions: east, west, north, south. So he will be in the middle, taking care of the middle province, and he is the overall monarch. And his 4 younger brothers will take care of the 4 provinces in 4 directions. And that's how he expressed his love and affection towards his younger brothers. So then, who are these 4 brothers and which directions they were ruling? That is mentioned in the second verse. Hariyakshayadishat prachim
पर्यक्षादिशत्प्राचीं
धूम्रकेशाय दक्षिणाम्
धूम्रकेशाय दक्षिणां
प्रतीचीं वृक्षसंज्ञाय
प्रतीचिं वृक्षसंज्ञाय
प्रतीचीं वृकसंज्ञाय
प्रतीचिं वृक्षसंज्ञाय
तुर्यां द्रविणसे विभुः.
तुर्यां द्रविणसे विभुः. Prabhuji, translation if you can display. Vijitasva gave the eastern region to his brother Haryaksha, the southern region to Dhumrakesha, the western region to Vrika, and the northern region to Dravina.
So 4 of his younger brothers, their names are mentioned. Vijitashva gave the eastern province to his brother, whose name is Haryaksha, the southern province to Dhumrakesha, the western province to Ruka, and the northern province to Dravina. These are the four brothers of Vijitashva, and the four directions were given to these four brothers, and they were requested to take care of them personally. Then Antardanagatim Sakral
Antardhanagatim sakral
Labdvantardana Samnitaha
labdvantardhana samnita
Apatyatrayamadatta
apatyatrayam adhatta
Shikandinyam Susammatam.
sikhandinyam susammatam. Translation. Formally, Maharaj Vijitwa pleased the king of heaven, Indra, and from him received the title Antardhana. His wife's name was Sikhandini, and by her he begot three good sons.
So the eldest son received the name Vijitashva because he conquered the horse. When his father Prutu was performing yajna, it is he who went after Indra, who was stealing away the horse, and brought back the horse. Because he brought back the horse of the sacrifice, he was named as Vijitashva there itself by the great sages. He also had another name. That name is Antardana. Why? Receiving his ability to disappear from Indra, Vijitashva was also called as Antardana. And Antardana, in his wife Shikandini, begot three good sons. So he had two names. One is Vijitashva, one is Antardana. And before receiving these two names, he must have had third name also. That is not mentioned here. But these two names became famous afterwards. So Vijitashva and Antardana. Antardana was name given by great sage Indra, by great sages, because Indra gave him that ability, because Indra himself was appearing and disappearing while stealing the horses. So the fifth verse says, later on, fifth verse says that because he knew it was Indra who was stealing away the horse, even though the sage was telling him to kill Indra, kill that person who is stealing the horse. Because he knew that it was Indra, so he did not kill Indra. And Indra was very much pleased. See, this boy, even though he's very young boy, he has so much understanding. Even though the guru is telling kill him, but he did not kill. Because he understood that I am Indra, I am not supposed to be killed for no reason. So Indra was very much happy, and Indra gave him the blessing that whenever you want, you can disappear. The ability that Indra was displaying there, that ability was given to Vijitashva. So, and the king, the sages also called him as in Antardana. Hereafter, because you can disappear at will, that potency was given to you by Indra. You can also be known as Antardana, disappearing at will. Thus, he received two names because of this 100th yajna, which his father Prutu was performing. He got this ability after taking the horse from Indra during the horse sacrifice. After getting the boon from Indra, he was called Antardana, or one who disappears at will. So he married Shikandini, and they begot three sons. Who are those three sons? Pavaka Pavamanascha,
पावकः पवमानश्च
Suchir iti Agnayapura,
रुचिर् इति अग्नयः पुरा
Vashishtashapadutpanna,
शिष्टशापादित्पन्ना
Punaryoga Gatim Gata.
पुनर्योगगतिं गताः. The three sons of Maharaj Antardana were named Pavaka, Pavamana, and Suchi. Formerly, these three personalities were the demigods of fire, but due to the curse of the great sage Vasishtha, they became the son of Maharaj Antardana. As such, they were as powerful as fire gods, and they attained the destination of mystic yoga power, being again situated as the demigods of fire.
So, if you see in the first chapter, this fourth canto first chapter, Daksha had 16 daughters. 13 were given in marriage to Dharma. 14th one, Swaha, was given in marriage to Agni, Lord Agni. 15th was Swada. She was given in marriage to the 4 Pitru quadruple brothers. So Brahma created 4 brothers of Pitrus, and 4 of them married Swada, the 15th daughter, and the 16th daughter was Sati. She married Lord Shiva. So that elaborate discussion we had in the past, Sati Lord Shiva thing. And that Suchi, so Swaha, who married Agni, gave birth to 3 sons, 3 Agni Devatas. Agni Devata, he also had 3 sons who are also known as Agni Devatas, assisting Agni Devatas. So because they made some mistake with Ashishta Rishi, and Vasishta cursed them to become human beings. And then they begged forgiveness from Ashishta. And Vasishta said, okay, become human beings, live there for some time, perform so and so vrata and yajna, all these things, and come back and resume your position, something like that. As a result of this, the 3 sons of Agni, Pavaka, Pavamana, and Suchi, became the sons of Antardana and Shigandini. And later on, as suggested by Vasishta Rishi, they undertook some austerities, they performed some yajna and other vows, vratas, etc. And they again resumed their positions. They went back to, even in no time, they went back to Swarga and resumed their position as Agni Devatas. And the Bhagavatam there says, and these 3 sons had in turn again have 15, 15, 15 children each. So 15 plus 15 plus 15, 45 plus 3 fathers, 48, and 1 grandfather, 49. In total, there are 49 Agni Devatas who will be supervising or presiding over 49 different kinds of Agnis, which are used in various places. Like there will be different Agnis in Yajna only. There is a different Agni in food, cooking area. The Agni which we get from burning cow dung, maybe one type of Agni, from burning wood, one type of Agni, and from burning gas, petrol, kerosene, one type of Agni. And the Agni coming from factories would be one different Agni. And Agni that comes in crematorium could be different Agni. So these are all supervised by different Agni Devatas. So in total we have 49 Agni Devatas. Even when we perform Yajna, the different names of Agni were pronounced. So the different names indicate the different personalities. So one person will take the responsibility of one function. So there is one Agni in our stomach also. That is Jadar Agni. He has a special purpose of digesting our food that we eat. So like that, the different Agni Devatas have different function. Total there are 49 Agni Devatas, out of which the 3 people, because of some problem, some curse by Vasishta, and taken birth as human beings, and by undertaking vows and austerities, they again resumed their position. So none of these 3 became the kings after Antardana. As a result of that, he had to marry one more wife and he has to beget a few other children. Antardano na baswatyam.
Antardano navat sorry. Antardano navasyam
Havirdanam avindata.
avirdanam avindata
Ya indram ashwa artaram.
Indram ashwahartaram
Vidwan apina jagnina.
vidvan
Jagnivan.
apina jagminan. Translation: Maharaj Antardana had another wife named Nabhashvati, and by her he was happy to beget another son named Havirdhana. Since Maharaj Antardhana was very liberal, he did not kill Indra while the demigod was stealing his father's horse at the sacrifice. Hare Krishna.
Antardana, who did not kill Indra while Indra was stealing his father's horse, though he knew about it, in another wife named Nabaswati, obtained a son named Havirdhana. The previous verse said that Indra blessed him with the ability to disappear at will. Why Indra blessed him? Because Indra understood that, knowing that I am Indra, even though the Guru was telling him to kill me, but he never killed me. He just raised his arrow only. So Indra blessed him with the same ability of disappearing at will. And eventually, because since his first wife gave birth to 3 Agni Devatas, who by performing austerities went back to Swarga, now he want to have a heir who will continue the legacy. So he married another wife. Her name is Nabaswati, and through her he had a son. His name is Havirdana. And Havirdana will become the next king after Antardana. Nabaswati was another wife. Antardana, though knowing Indra had stolen the horse, did not kill him. Because of that, Indra gave him the power of being invisible at will. Antardanam. So, in that way. Now, how did he rule the kingdom? Of course, his two wives' details are mentioned, their children details are mentioned. He was said that he is as famous as Prutu. Jitna Prutu famous hai, utna ye bhi famous hai. So how and why he became famous? That is indicated in the next verse. Rajnam Vrittim Karadana
Ragyam Vrittim Karadana
Dhanda Shuklaji Darunam
Danda Sulkadi Darunam
Manyamano Dhirga Satra
Manyamano Dirghasatra
Vyajena Visasarjaha.
Yajena Visasarjaha. Whenever Antardan, the supreme royal power, had to exact taxes, punish his citizen or fine them severely, he was not willing to do so. Consequently, he retired from the execution of such duties and engaged himself in the performance of different sacrifices.
See the wonderful nature. From the very birth, he was highly compassionate. Thus, Antardana gave up the duties of the king, such as receiving taxing, punishment, and fines. Karadana means taxes, Dhanda means punishment, and Shulka means fines. Since he thought they were giving suffering to the people on the plea of performing a long sacrifice. See, the king, he has the kingly responsibilities of collecting taxes from people so that he can take care of them, and he has to punish some criminals if they are doing criminal acts, and he has to take fines. For some, he directly punishes, for some, he would levy fines for mistakes. But by doing these things, king was observing that people were a little bit troubled by these things. When punishment is given, they were going through trouble. He was compassionate. And when fines were given, they were feeling sorry for that. And taxes were collected also, they were feeling sorry. He was thinking how to avoid this situation. So one thing, if they make mistake, they should be punished. Huh? And if some should be punished and some should be fined. And in order to maintain the kingdom, we need to collect taxes. How to avoid collecting taxes and avoiding punishment to all these people? Then he understood that by the performance of yajna, every citizen will be engaged in the performance of yajna, and none of them will have any time to do any sinful activities because yajna is continuously going on. They are all 24 by 7 throughout their life. They are engaged in serving, supporting the yajna only. So where do they have time to perform sinful activities? Second thing, previously to maintain the country, king has to collect the taxes. Now yajna is going on. Whatever they have, they will give for yajna. Giving for yajna means giving to the Lord. They are not giving anything, even single penny to the king. And king is not blamed for collecting any taxes. Since yajna is going on, whatever you have, you are giving to the yajna, and whatever I have, I am giving to the yajna. All of us cumulatively performing the yajna. So there is no personal blame accused to the king. King is neither collecting taxes nor punishing because no one is performing any sinful activity. So there is no need to perform them to give any punishment or collect any fines, and no need to collect taxes also. Because king does not do anything personally. Only yajna is going on throughout the life. He is performing yajna after yajna, yajna after yajna. So that in the plea of engaging everyone in yajna, he kind of avoided collecting taxes, giving punishments because no one is performing any sinful activity, and also collecting fines from people who do wrong things. Even if at all somebody did something, he would say that no, I'm yajna is going on, I'm busy. After the yajna, will do. So like that. So in one sense, he does not want to harm anybody out of compassion. At the same time, it does not allow anybody to perform sinful activity also because people are 24 by 7 engaged in yajna activities only. So where do they have time to do? Because Just like he is engaging in yajna, everyone is engaging in yajna, that yajna would continue. In one sense, no one had any personal life. Everyone's life is centered around yajna only. So why do they perform any sinful activities? The prasadam is also a yajna vedi only, and everything is a yajna vedi only. Every day yajna is there, and every day they are busy doing yajna activities. So where do they have any free time to do any sinful activities? Like that, very compassionately and very intellectually, he engaged everyone in the execution of yajna. Prutu requested everyone, please perform your activities and offering to Supreme Lord. And he simply engaged. He undertook so many yajnas, one after the other, and everyone. And Indra, anyway, he already had an interaction with Indra. Indra himself blessed him with the blessing that Antardana, you become Antardana. So Indra is never become envious, even though if you perform more than 100 yajnas. Because his intention not to become Indra, but his intention to engage each and every citizen in the country in the execution of yajna, so that they will attain perfection. By the way, currently the time is going on is Treta Yuga. The sadhana one and all should perform to please the Supreme Lord and to go back home back to Godhead is, what is the sadhana for Treta Yuga?
Yajna karma.
So he is engaging everyone in yajna. That means he is engaging each and every person in devotional service, so that he will go back to Godhead, and all the citizens also will go back home back to Godhead. This is the intelligence of the king. That's why he became as famous as Prutu. So like that. तत्रापि हंसं पुरुषं
तत्रापि हंसं पुरुषं
परमात्मात्मनम् आत्मदृक्
परमात्मानम् आत्मदृक्
यजं तल्लोकताम् आपा
यजन्तं लोकताम् आप
कुशलेन समाधिना.
कुशलेन समाधिना. Although Maharaj Antardhyana was engaged in performing sacrifice because he was a self-realized soul and very intelligently rendered devotional service to the Lord, who eradicates all the fears of his devotees. By thus worshipping the Supreme Lord, Maharaj Antardhana repent in ecstasy, attained his planet very easily. Hare Krishna.
Though engaged in sacrifice, because he saw Atma, he worshipped the Supreme Lord Paramatma in the form called Hamsa, and thus easily attained the abode of the Supreme Lord by concentration. So, by very nature, he was already self-realized. So, thus, he could see Paramatma in the core of his heart. Thus, he was continuously engaging in the service of the Lord through the process of Yajna, and he was engaging each and every citizen in the service of the Supreme Lord. So, though not many details are mentioned about him, how and why, what he did, etc., but finally attained the abode of Lord Hamsa by his wonderful bhakti. He went back to Godhead. So this is about our Antardana. What kind of king is he? How did he rule? How did he take care of the citizens? And how did he went back to Godhead? Though engaged in long sacrifice in Karma Yoga, he worshipped Lord Hamsavatara and attained his abode. Literally, it means he attained living the state of his abode. Basically, in his personal time, he would always meditate on the Lord Hamsa. So he would engage everyone in yajna. He was also performing yajna, as well as he would also meditate on Lord Hamsa within the core of his heart, and finally he attained the abode of Lord Hamsa in the spiritual world. Then after him, his son Havirdana would continue to the rule. So Havirdana and Havirdana's children are mentioned in the next verse.
Hare Krishna प्रभु जी.
Yes,
हरे
Mataji.
कृष्ण प्रभु जी, ये अंतर्ध्यान है वो त्रेता युग में हुए, तो पृथु महाराज ऑल्सो इन त्रेता युग ओनली ना?
Yes, Prutu also in Treta Yuga.
So which manvantara प्रभु जी? स्वयंभू manvantara or after that?
No, Swayambhu only. All the way up to the middle of 5th canto, 15th chapter of the 5th canto, Its
हाँ,
Swayambhu Manvantara is only going on.
अच्छा, तो ये सब स्वयंभू मनवंतर में ही त्रेता युग में हुआ था, राइट?
Yeah. Which Treta Yuga we don't know, but one of the Treta Yugas. Out of 71 Chaturyugas, somewhere all these things are happening.
थैंक यू.
Hare Krishna. Other devotees have any question?
No.
Okay. Havirdani.
हविर्दाना हविर्दानि
Vidura Sutta Shat Sutan.
विदुराशुत षट्सुतानि
Barishadam Gayam Shuklam.
बहिर्पदं गयं शुक्लं
Krishnam Satyam Jitavratam.
कृष्णं सत्यं जितं व्रतं. Havirdhana, the son of Maharaj Antardhana, had a wife named Havirdhani, who gave birth to 6 sons named Varishat, Gaya, Shukla, Krishna, Satya, and Jitavrataha.
So Havirdhana married Havirdhani. He was the son of Antardhana. Antardhana had a son, Havirdhana. He married Havirdhani and they begot 6 children. Barishat, Gaya, Shukla, Krishna, Satya, Jitavrata. Now the rest of the story is all about Barishat. The eldest son of Havirdhana is Barishat. So his details are mentioned because his sons are the Prachetas. Barishat Mahabhago
बर्हिषत्सु महाभागो
Havirdhane Prajapati
अविर्दानी प्रजापति
Kriyakandeshu Nishnato
क्रियाकाण्डेषु निष्णातो
Yogeshu cha kurudvaha.
योगेषु च कुरुद्वः. Translation: The great sage Maitreya continued, "My dear Vidura, Havirdhana's very powerful son named Barhishat was very expert in performing various kinds of punitive sacrifices, and he was also expert in the practice of mystic yoga. By his great qualifications, he became known as Prajapati." Hare Krishna.
See, this is called legacy. Prithu Maharaj performed 100 Ashwamedha sacrifices and his son Antardhana performed so many sacrifices. Just to engage all the people in the yajna, he continuously performed. How many he performed, we don't know. Uncountable sacrifices. And his son is Havirdhani. Havirdhana. Havirdhana matlab, that means yajna only. Havisha, we say yajna means Havisha. So because he got that name, he was also continuously performing yajna after yajna, just like his father and grandfather. Then his son Barishad. Barishat's son is Havirdhana. Havirdhana's son is father is Antardhana. Antardhana's father is Prithu. So Prithu performed 100. Antardhana performed, we can say 1000. And Havirdhani, he must have performed much more than the 10,000 you can take. So his son, being the follower in that family lineage, so he must have been performing much more than that. 100, 1000, 10,000, he must have been performing 100,000 yajnas. So many yajnas. Of course, Prithu Maharaj's intention was different. His intention was very pure because Mother Earth accused him. Your father did not perform any yajna. You are asking me to produce all the food grains. For the pleasure of Mother Earth, he performed 100 yajnas. The second one, in order to engage all the people in the devotional service, he performed yajna after yajna. So, but slowly things will dilute. As the time progresses, originally the purpose of performing yajna is different, completely spiritual. Now, in order to maintain the family name, because our family is known for yajna, known for the performance of yajna. So by the time it came to Barishat, the spiritual intention was forgotten, but for the sake of maintaining the name that our family is known for performing continuous yajnas, So he became expert and he was completely busy performing yajna after yajna, yajna after yajna, yajna, so many yajnas. So best of the Kurus, O Vidura, the most fortunate Barishad, son of Havirdhana and a Prajapati, was absorbed in performing sacrifices and yoga. Kriya Kandeshu Nishnata and yoga. So you want to get the name, fame, and all the opulences by the performance of so many yajnas. So the spiritual purpose was little bit forgotten. The material ambition for the name, fame, prestige, and all they came into forefront. As a result of that, he was continuously performing yajna. So this is what happens. At the beginning, everything starts with spiritual, with spirit. Everything is a spiritual activity. As time progresses, the spirit will be forgotten, only the ritual remains. People will only keep doing the ritual. So now the performance of yajna has become a ritual, a compulsory traditional family ritual. So he was performing. मेरा father perform किया, मेरा grandfather perform किया, मेरा great grandfather perform किया. I should also perform. It is our family business. Only it has become like a ritual. That is a problem. So how many yajnas he performed? We can't even count. That many he performed. He gives an example why we cannot count the number of yajnas. Yasyedam deva yajanam
यस्येदं देवयजनम्
anuyajnam vitanvataha
अनुयज्ञं वितान्वत
प्राचीनाग्रैर्कुशैरादे आसीत्
प्राचीनाग्रे कुसेर् आसीत्
आसृष्टं वसुधातलम्
आसृष्टं वसुधातलम्. Translation: Maharaj Barhisat executed many sacrifices all over the world. He scattered kusha grasses and kept the top of the grasses pointed eastward.
Under Barishat, who proliferated excellent sacrifices, each of which was dedicated to all the devatas, Deva Yajanam. The whole earth was covered with kusha grass, with the tips pointing east. Prachina Agrai Asi. See, when there is spirit, all the yajnas are dedicated to Lord Vishnu. When the spirit is gone away, all the yajnas are performed for the pleasure of devatas only. So now it has become a ritual. And he was performing so many yajnas, the whole earth surface was covered with kusha grass. Because for the performance of yajna, everyone should sit on the kusha grass mat. No one should sit on the bare surface. Even in Chaupati, where devotees do yajna, Gita yajna, Bhagavat yajna, and at the time of initiation also yajna is performed. So whoever is going to perform yajna, they are all seated on the kusha grass mat. So it is said that the person should be facing towards north and the kusha grass mat should be kept facing towards east and west. In the east side, the tips should be there, and the west side, the root side part of the kusha grass should be there. So that is the way the kusha grass mat should be kept. And the person should be sitting in the northern side. In front of that person, the yajna havan kund should be there and the havan should be done. This is one of the rule for that yajna. So he would perform yajna, for example, in Mumbai, one yajna. The whole Mumbai is occupied by the sitting places for yajna. So that place is contaminated. Next yajna, should be performed some other place. Next to Pune, maybe Pune, not Pune, Thana. Then Vasai Road, Kalyan, and then like that. One yajna after yajna, one yajna here, then next place, next place, like that. The place after place he was keep on performing yajna after yajna. The whole earth is filled by kusha grass mats. Once you use the kusha grass mat, you should not use them again. Leave it behind there only. Like that, the surface of the earth is filled with kusha grass mats. Everywhere he performed yajna. That's why his original name is Barshat. Because he was performing so many yajnas for which the kusha grass mat should be used, in which the tips of the Kusha grass mat should be pointed towards east, he became Prachina Parishad. His name became Prachina Parishad. Under him, the earth was covered with Kusha grass mats, whose tips pointing east. There was no place on the earth where sacrifice was not performed by him. Thus he was called Prachina Barihi. He spread sacrifices in which each sacrifice was for all the devatas with proficiency. He was performing all the sacrifices to please the devatas. Unfortunately, in which the pleasure of Lord Vishnu is not there. Lord Vishnu's position is not considered so much. Of course, in the performance yajna, Vishnu's name is come, but it has become like a ritual. Like we need to perform yajna. Yajna means for the pleasure of devatas. So like that, it is being performed. So now,
Hare Krishna,
uh,
Prabhuji, please explain that now. What is yajna for spirit and yajna for devatas? You said in the beginning. I didn't
see,
quite understood that.
normal yajnas as part of the karma yoga, karma kanda process, they are performed to please the devatas. By the performance of yajnas, one will be promoted to heaven. What is that? Bhagavad Gita verses, second chapter, verse number 40-41. Anyone remembers? Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text number 40-41. All Shastris only, Bhakti Shastris. Anyone?
Neha Bikramnas.
Okay, number may be wrong, but it's not Neha Bikramana. Yamimam Pushpitam Vacham Pravadanti Avipachita Vedavada Ratapartha Na Anyat Asti Iti Vadina. Vedavada Ratas. Vedavada Rata means those who take pleasure in discussing the Vedas, in describing the Vedas. And they say that Na Anyat Asti Iti Vadina. They very strongly, very boldly declare that this is the essence of the Vedas. इसके अलावा कुछ है ही नहीं. What is the essence of the Vedas? कामात्माना स्वर्गपर जन्म कर्म फलप्रदम. कामात्माना स्वर्गपर जन्म कर्म स्वर्गफलम. So in order to get birth in swarga, with a desire to get birth in swarga, they keep doing so many Vedic rituals, Vedic yajnas, Vedic sacrifices, Vedic vratas, Vedic vows. Kriya Vishesha Bahulam Boga Aishwarya Gatim Prati. Because they want to have more Boga, more Aishwarya, which is possible in heaven. For that, Kriya Vishesha Bahulam. They perform special sacrifices. More again and again, many such special sacrifices. As a result of that, they will go to Swarga, they will get birth in Swarga, and they will have Boga and Aishwarya. More Boga, more Aishwarya. And the Vedavadartha says that this is the ultimate essence of the Vedas. There is nothing more than that. Na anyat astiti vadina. Because they were attracted by the flowery words of the Vedas. Obviously, when Vedas say that you perform this yajna, you will go to Swarga for 1 lakh years. You perform this yajna, you will go to Pitraloka for 1000 years. So, obvious. Anyone who hears that definitely will be pleased. Just like nowadays, people say that you write a GRE, TOEFL, you will go to US, you have a wonderful life, you get admission in I-20 colleges. So just like nowadays, the people are writing a GRE, TOEFL and other examinations and going to US, getting admission there and settling there in America, getting good job and all, getting highly paid. That is called Boga Aishwarya Gatim Prati. They want to have more Boga, they want to have more Aishwarya, and they are working hard to go to West, abroad. It may be US, UK, Canada, or Australia, or whatever, Japan, Germany. So just like nowadays going to West is so prominent, in the previous ages, going to Swarga and going to Pitraloka was so prominent. They would perform corresponding rituals and they would go to heaven. So like that.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Any other devotees have any question? Because nowadays we people listen so much about going to West. So everyone is aspiring to go into West. In the past, people used to listen very much about going to Sarga, going to Pitruloka, and they would aspire to go to Sarga and Pitruloka. So like that.
Prabhuji,
Yes, Manish.
but performance of yajna is only for the pleasure of Vishnu. That every yajna has the last thing in that. So how any yajna can be performed only for demigods?
No. It can be. See, deity worship is there. So in our temple, we are worshipping Radha Krishna. Town, we are worshipping Lakshmi Narayana. There is Divinayak temple also in Mumbai. There they are worshipping Ganeshji. Adjacent to our temple, there is Babulnath. They are also doing deity worship. They are worshipping Lord Shiva. For right side जाएगा तो we have Mumba Devi temple. They are worshipping Durga Devi. Mumba Devi, I assume that Durga Devi. So like that, the deity worship is there in relation to each and every devata. Also in relation to Lord Vishnu, Lord Rama, Lord Krishna also. Same way, performance of yajna is also there in relation to devatas, in relation to Lord Vishnu also.
But at the end, whatever the mantras or whatever we perform, it's only for the Vishnu. So they do
Because
that
we are
also.
Vaishnavas, we are performing Vishnu specific yajnas. Others will perform other specific yajnas.
Okay.
See, there are some mantras in deity worship. In Sri Vaishnav, if you go to Sri Vaishnava temple, they chant some specific mantras in relation to Lord Narayana. If you go to Madhva Sampradaya, they have special mantras in relation to Lord, whatever deity they are worshipping. In our Gaudiya Sampradaya, we have mantras in connection to Gaurnita and Radha Krishna. Same way, if you go to Ganesh temple, they have mantras in connection to Ganeshji. If you go to Shiva temple, they have mantras in connection to Lord Shiva. If you go to Durga temple, they have mantras in connection to Durga Devi. So like
So
that.
you mean
In
to
deity
say,
worship.
King Prithu started it with to please Lord Vishnu, but their descendants slowly diluted and started doing only demigods sacrifice.
Now, what to speak of? They even we are also doing same thing. It is a material nature is like that. Things will dilute in due course of time. It is no one's fault. That's why we have to time and again we have to reinstate things.
Okay.
Like that. Samudrim Deva Devoktam
समुद्री देवो देवोक्ताम्
Upayemesha Tadrutim
ये मे शातु दुःखितिम्
Yam Viksha Charu Sarvangim
यां वीक्ष्य चारु सर्वाङ्गीम्
Kishorim Sushtu Alankritam
शोरीं सृष्टवलङ्कताम्
Parikramantim Udvahe
परिक्रमन्तीं मुद्राहे
Chakamegnim Sukimiva.
सकमेघिं शुक् Bharikrat henceforward known as Prachin Bahari, was offered by the supreme demigod Lord Brahma to marry the daughter of the ocean named Shatadruti. She was decorated with proper garments, and when she came into marriage arena and began circumambulating it, the fire god Agni became so attracted to her that he desired her company exactly as he had formerly desired to enjoy Sukhi. Very good.
So Barhi, who became known as Parchina Barhi because of his continued performance of Yajna, he married the daughter of Ocean named Shatadruti under the instruction of Lord Brahma. Agni, seeing her with beautiful limbs. Why Brahma came into picture? Because this is Brahma's lineage only. Brahma's son was Swayambhu Manu's son was Uttanapad's son was Dhruva. In the Dhruva lineage only came Anga, Vena, Prutu's son was Antardana's son was Avirdana's son is Barhi. So one of his descendant only. So Brahma himself arranged his marriage. Agni, so during the marriage, that Saptapadi was going on. During the Saptapadi, the new bride and bridegroom were moving around Agni. So holding each other's hand, they were moving around. They are doing parikrama around the Agni Yajnakund. So during that time, Agni, seeing her, that means the wife of Prachina Bharishatadurti, with beautiful limbs and youth and well decorated, as she went around the fire at the marriage ceremony, became attracted to her as he had become attracted to Suki. So she was so beautiful, even Agni became attracted to her. That's how it is mentioned. Parishat married the daughter of the ocean on the instruction of Lord Brahma. The story of Suki is as follows. Why? When Agni became attracted to Suki, there is a small story. So that is mentioned here. At a sacrifice, some time back, at one sacrifice of the great sages, which was performed by the great sages, Agni became attracted to the wives of the sages. So Agni, when some great sages were performing a sacrifice, they also had beautiful wives, and Agni became attracted to them. So understanding this, that Agni was becoming attracted to the wives of the which is against Dharma, principles of Dharma. Agni's wife named Swaha, we just discussed. Swaha was the 14th daughter of Daksha. Huh? She was also there. She was also nearby. Only she understood that my husband is becoming attracted to the wives of the sages, which is not according to the principles of Dharma. So what she did, Swaha, she took the form of those wives. So she herself appeared like the Brahmana's wives, the sages' wives, and she acted as if that she is also attracted to Agni because both wife and husband only. So and she united with Agni. As a result of that, then putting his semen in the form of Suki in some reeds, she then went away. So she understood that my husband is attracted to these Brahmani ladies. It's not good. So she assuming the forms of the brown ladies came and united, acted as if they are also attracted to him and united with him. And then while going back, she deposited his semen in the reeds in the form of Suki. So thus the Suki manifested. So putting his semen in the form of Suki in some reeds, she then went away. So just like there, Agni was attracted to the wives of the great sages. Same way here, Agni, thinking she was also a wife of the sages, desired her. Even though Shatadruti was the wife of the king, he thought that okay, she is also wife of some sages. So like that he desired her. But actually, this is one story of the Suki. But what happened to that Suki afterwards, we don't know. Something. But here, there is a word Suki Miva is there. Another version as Suki Miva, then it means Shatadruti was like a small stream of ghee. So Agni desired her. So her complexion was like the molten ghee. Shatadruti's complexion was like the molten ghee. Just by looking at her and assuming her to be the molten ghee, so Agni was desiring her. I want more ghee, I want more ghee. Something like that. So this is another beauty of Sanskrit language, which can give another alternate and very appealing meaning. So one way she was attracted to the Shatadruti because of her beauty. Other way is that because she appeared like a molten ghee and Agni became attracted to her because Agni want more and more ghee. So in that way, the contradiction is resolved. Either you can take this meaning or that meaning in whichever way. But he did not do any mistake here. So even the first also, even though he was attracted to them, but his wife only came and uh, does not allow any mistake to happen. Then this is the some story. Maybe in other Puranas it may be there in detail, but here briefly summarized. So then, not only Agni, even all those personalities who are there in that yajna, in that marriage ceremony, Brahma himself is performing that marriage ceremony, and then all the devatas also came. Even the devatas also became attracted to her. That is indicated in the next verse because her beauty is so much. So we may think that why Agni is so impatient and uncontrolled. No, not. It's not the problem of Agni, but it is her beauty is so attractive that everyone got attracted to her. Vibhudasura Gandharva.
Vibhudasura Gandharva.
Muni Siddha Naroraga.
Muni Siddha Naroraga.
Vijita Suryaya Dikshu.
Vijita Suryaya Dikshu.
Kvanayantaiva Nupurai.
Kanavantaya Nipuraye. Translation. While Rattadruti was thus being married, the demons, the denizen of Gandharva Loka, the great sage, and the denizens of Siddha Loka, the earthly planet, and Nagaloka, although highly exalted, were all captivated by the tinkling of her ankle bells.
So this verse says the Devatas, Asuras, Gandharvas, Siddhas, Nagas, and human beings all were captivated by the sound of her ankle bells jingling all along. While she was moving around during Saptapadi around the fire sacrifice yajna, all these personalities became just by hearing the jingling sound of her ankle bells, they became attracted to her. They were captivated by the sound of the bride's ankle bells, not even by her beauty, since they could not see her. She was like molten gold, like fire. They could not even see her. She was so brightly dazzling, they could not see. But just by hearing the ankle bells sound, tinkling sound, they all became attracted to her. So that is a kind of her nature. So not only Agni, but Agni is in the middle. So he was in close proximity, but others are little far. They could not even see her. She was dazzling like Agni, but just by hearing the sound, they became attracted to her. So in that way. Prachina Barisha Putra
Prachina Varhisha Putra
Shatadrutyam Dashabhavan
Tata Drutyam Dasavanam Bhavam
Tulyanama Vrita Sarve
Tulyanama Brita Sarve
Dharmasnata Prachetasaha.
Dharma Snatah Chetasah. King Prachinnavarhi begat 10 children in the womb of Satadruti. All of them were equally endowed with religiosity, and all of them were known as the Prachitas.
Prachina Barhi begot 10 children in the womb of Shatadruti, called the Prachetas, who are all equal to their names in vows and were religious. So these are 10 Prachetas, 10 sons he begot, but 10 of them are perfectly same. They are equally devoted to perform dharma. They are equally devoted to perform vrata. Thus, they are all equal in name. No one is less, no one is more. They are like one soul, 10 bodies, one Atma, 10 Shariras. So all of them would think equally, would perform activities equally, everything equally only. That is the nature of these 10 sons. So this is up till now we discussed about the lineage of Prutu. Prutu had a son Antardana, Antardana had a son Havirdana, Havirdana had a son Prachinabari. Some important details about all these people were mentioned. Now Prachetas, because the rest of the canto is all about Prachetas. Now Prachetas story will begin. So Prachetas were the children of Prachinabari and Shataruti. Then what happened to them? First quality of Prachetas is, though they are 10 people, they are all one like one person only. They are equal in their dharma, they are equal in their vrata, vow, tapasya, everything. They think equally, they act equally, they perform equally, they do equally, they speak equally. So in that way. In every aspect they are tulya. Tulya sarve. Not only in name vrata, but tulya sarve. In everything they are equal. That's why later on we see that. And the 10 of them only married one girl. They did not even marry 10 different girls because all of them are like one person in 10 bodies. They all married only one girl. They only had one wife for all the 10 of them. That is the kind of similarity they possess. पित्रादिष्टा प्रजा सर्गे
पित्रा दृष्टा प्रजा सर्गे
तपसेर्नवमाविशन्
वसेर्नवमाविशान्
दशवर्षसहस्राणि
वर्षसहस्राणि
तपसार्चं तपस्पतिम्.
तपसार्चं तपस्पतिम्. When all these prachetas were ordered by their father to marry and beget children, they all entered the ocean and practiced austerities and penances for 10,000 years. Thus they worshipped the master of all austerity, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
When ordered by their father to beget offspring, they entered the ocean for austerities, and through austerity lasting for 10,000 years, began worshipping the Supreme Lord, Master of Austerity. Just remember Kardama Muni. Lord Brahma, after begetting Kardama Muni, he ordered him, my dear son, please get married and beget children and become Prajapati. That is our family service. You should please follow that. But Kardama Muni undertook 10,000 years of tapasya in order to fulfill the desire of his father as well as to become a wonderful devotee of the Supreme Lord. Both are there. Even though father ordered him to become Prajapati, but he himself has a special desire to become a wonderful devotee of Supreme Lord, for which he undertook this austerity for a long time. So Lord personally appeared and blessed him with a wife, saying that in 2 days from now, Swayambhu Manu will come with his daughter Devahuti and they want to offer their daughter in marriage to you. And through her you will beget 9 daughters and through them the world is populated. That was the desire of Brahma. So Brahma's desire will be fulfilled by the 9 daughters of Devahuti. But since Swayambhu Manu, since Kardama Muni himself had a desire to get Krishna Bhakti, profound Krishna Bhakti, Lord says, I'll bless you with Krishna Bhakti as well as I'll bless you that I will become your son. In both the way, the Supreme Lord himself is going to become his son, and Supreme Lord also is blessing him with pure devotional service, pure bhakti. So his desire is fulfilled. And he also performed a long tapasya for like thousands of years. Same way, even though the father ordered them to become, basically, just like I am ruling the kingdom, may you also rule the kingdom after me, get married, become the king, and also beget children who will carry forward the legacy. This is the general instruction of any kingly father to their son. I am the king, you are my son, and it is your responsibility to continue the legacy. You should get married, you should beget children, and you should continue the kingdom after you, your son should continue. For which you please go and perform austerities and tapasya, etc., to please the Lord. Basically, by the blessings of the Supreme Lord, you should be able to do all these things in a proper way. Please go and get the blessings of Supreme Lord. So they are going because Father instructed them. So before getting married, before taking the responsibility of the king, and before begetting children, you need to get the blessings of the Lord. And they decided to perform austerity for 10,000 years, and they are going to the forest to a suitable place where they can perform these austerities to please Lord Vishnu. So Prachinabari knew it is not that he was only performing yajna after yajna to please the devatas, no, not Lord Vishnu and all. So he must, in every yajna there is worship of Lord Vishnu also, but the purpose, the intention with which he was performing yajna is because yajna has to be performed according to Vedic injunctions. The Vedas are suggesting all these yajnas and yajnas are being performed. Just Yama Pushtam Vacham. So that could be the understanding and the end goal. Not only Prachina Bari, but the priests who are engaging Prachina Bari were also like that. The priests also told, Na Anya Tasyati Vajana, there is nothing beyond in the Vedas. Vedas suggest perform yajna, and he was performing yajna after yajna, yajna after yajna. Koi chali aa rahe the. But anything, but in their lineage only, Swayambhu Manu lineage only, Kardamuni was also there, all these things are there, they said. But whatever it is, our ancestors are all the great devotees of Lord Vishnu. So you need to get the blessings of Lord Vishnu also before getting married, before getting children. Please go. Perform tapasya and get the blessings of Lord Vishnu and come back and rule. So here, to become a good king, to become a good husband, good father, one needs blessings of the Lord Vishnu. So this much you know. So that much is following. So they went. Tapaspati means the Supreme Lord, Master of the Austerities. They began worshipping the Supreme Lord. They are on the way to a suitable place where they can perform this 10,000 long years tapasya very nicely. So kindly note this number 10,000 years. At least for this duration, when they were performing this tapasya for this 10,000 years long, or even sometime before and before that also, Prachina Bharshi was continuously performing yajna after yajna, and even after the sons went to forest to perform yajna also, tapasya also, he was performing so many yajnas. That means for so much time he was performing yajna. That's why the whole earth is covered by Usha grass mats. It is not 1 year yajna, 2 year yajna. He was performing yajna after yajna for so many thousands of years. Because still it is Treta Yuga, their lifespan is itself is 100,000, 10,000 years. 10,000 years. But there could be some exception also. The kings, some special people, could have much more lifespan, like Dasharatha Maharaj, even though he was a person during Treta Yuga, but it is said that he was ruled the Ayodhya kingdom for 65,000 years. Shubhlas Prabhu writes in his Ramayana series books. He ruled for 65,000 years. So there could be some exceptions. Like that, these people also, this the Prachina Bari also might be having long life, and he was performing tapasya for a long time. And see, their sons, even before getting married only, they were performing tapasya for 10,000 years. Then how long they will be going to live also? That indicate that they are special. They could, even though the age itself is allowing 10,000 years, but they could go beyond and live more than that. So in that way. Yeduktam padi drushtena. Anyone?
Yaduktam Prishtina
Girishena prasidata.
Girisena Prasidata
Tadhyayanto japantascha.
Tad Adhyayanto Japastascha
Pujayantascha samyata.
Pujayantascha Samyata. Translation: When all the sons of Prachin Barhi left home to execute austerities, they met Lord Shiva, who, out of great mercy, instructed them about the absolute truth. All the sons of Prachin Barhi meditated upon the instructions, chanting and worshipping them with great care and attention.
With complete control, they meditated on, chanted, and worshipped the Lord by the prayers taught by Lord Shiva, whom they met on their way to the ocean and had pleased. In this way, they worshipped the Supreme Lord. On their way, they happened to meet Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva was so much pleased with them, gave them a special mantra, chanting which they worshipped Lord Vishnu, and they obtained the blessings of Lord Vishnu easily. That is being indicated in this verse. So, hearing these two verses, Vidura asks a question. No, don't tell in short, tell in brief detail. How and why, where, when Lord Shiva met them, what instructions he gave, and how did they perform tapasya? How did they receive the blessings of Lord Vishnu? Everything in detail. Abhi upar upar mat bolo, detail mein bata do. That question will be asked now. Vidura uvacha.
Vidura Uvacha.
Prachetasam giritrena.
प्रचेतसां गिरित्रेण
यथा सेत् पति संगमा
यथासित पथि संगमा
यदुताः हरे प्रीतस्
यद उथा हरे प्रीतस
यदुताः हरः प्रीतस्
यद उताह हरे हरः प्रीतस
तन्नो ब्रह्मन् वदार्तवत्.
तन्नो ब्रह्मन् वदार्तवत्. Vidura said, "O Brahmana, please clearly tell me what Lord Shiva, being pleased, spoke with the Prachetas, and Prachetas met him on the path."
So yes, he wants to know in detail. Oh Brahmana, please clearly tell me what Lord Shiva, being pleased with the Prachetas, spoke when the Prachetas met him on the path, on their path to the ocean where they want to perform tapasya. Please tell me what secret knowledge Lord Shiva, being pleased with them, spoke to the Prachetas. Sangama kalu viprarshe
सङ्गमाकलविप्रशे
शिवे नेहा शरीरिणाम्
शिवे नेहा शरीरिणां
दुर्लभो मुनयो दद्युर्
दुर्लभो मणियो बुद्ध्युर्
असङ्गाद्यम् अभीप्सितम्.
Sangaryam Abhishpitam. Translation. The great sage Vidura continued, O best of the Brahmanas, it is very difficult for living entities encaged within this material body to have personal contact with Lord Shiva. Even great sages who have no material attachment do not contact him, despite their being absorbed in meditation to attain his personal contact. Hare Krishna.
So the point is, a meeting between such kind of wonderful personalities is very rare. Why don't you tell me in detail? That is the point. Oh, best among the Brahmanas, it is rare in this world to meet with Lord Shiva, the object of desire, upon whom the great sages meditate after giving up all attachments. So, giving up material association, the sages, the devotees of Lord Shiva, strongly desiring to attain Lord Shiva, meditate on him. So, seeing Lord Shiva, getting to hear from Lord Shiva is very rare. Such a wonderful thing easily obtained for the Prajatas. So please tell in detail. Why don't you narrate everything? So that is the question. Atma Ramopi Yastvasya
आत्मा रामोऽपि यस्त्वस्य
Lokakalpasya Radhase
लोककल्पस्य राधसे
Shaktya Yukto Vicharati
शक्त्या युक्तो विचरति
Ghoraya Bhagavan Bhava.
घोरया भगवान् भवः. Translation: Lord Shiva, the most powerful demigod, second only to Vishnu, is self-sufficient. Although he has nothing to aspire for in the material world, for the benefit of those in the material world, he is always busily engaged everywhere and is accompanied by his dangerous energies like Goddess Kali and Goddess Durga. Hare Krishna.
Another wonderful nature of Lord Shiva is indicated here. Though Lord Shiva appears to the sages by their meditation, when the great sages, the devotees of Lord Shiva, perform severe meditation, then the Lord Shiva either may appear in their core of the heart or in front of them. That is very rare, very for few people who could perform a lot of austerities. That is one way one can attain Lord Shiva's audience. He also appears in this world accompanied by his dangerous material energy to bestow boons to those desiring material benefits. And is also there in every village, every town, in the form of deity, Shivalinga, and also along with his dear wife Durga Devi. Both of them are situated in each and every village in order to bless the common people, people in general, for whatever desire they may come to him. That's why he's called Ashutosh. He's easy pleased. Everyone can worship Lord Shiva and get his blessings in the form of material benedictions. So to give that, to fulfill that, they are also situated. Durga and Shiva are also situated in each and every town and village. Everywhere they are there. That is another way. He is there to bless everyone. Other way, when yogis, the devotees of Lord Shiva perform meditation, he will personally appear to them. Though he is self-satisfied, and in that form is the objective of sages, Lord Shiva, engaged with his material energy, moves in this world to help people accomplish their material desires. So Lord Shiva is also one of the Atma Ramas. He is self-satisfied. He has nothing to gain anything. But still he comes to each and every village and every town and he remains there as a deity form to bless the people to accomplish their material desire. This is another compassionate nature of Lord Shiva. Loka kalpasya radhase means for accomplishing the desires of people. Lord Shiva has nothing to fulfill, nothing to get. But to help the people to fulfill the desires of the people, he himself comes in the deity form to each and every town and village. He and his good wife Durga Devi to fulfill the material desires of the people of this world. That is his compassionate nature. And that person who generally available as a deity form to one and all, personally came and gave spiritual instructions to Prachetas. So this must be a very, 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 very rare interaction and rare discussion and rare meeting. So we should know about it completely. Please tell me everything in detail. That was the desire, that was the eagerness, that was the inquiry of Vidura. Now Maitreya is responding. When, where, how, and what happened in this meeting. Maitreya Uvacha
Maitreya Uvacha
Prachetasa Pitruvakyam
Prachetasah Pitruvakyam
Shirasadaya Sadvaha
Tigrasadaya Sadhvavah
Disham Praticim Prayayos
Dissampratisayos
Tapasya Cetasaha.
Pasyadrutachetasah. The great sage Maitreya continued, My dear Vidura, because of their pious nature, all the sons of Achinabharihi very seriously accepted the words of their father with heart and soul, and with these words on their heads, they went towards the west to execute their father's order.
Maitreya is continuing narration. Accepting the words of their father, the well-bred Prachetas, determined to perform austerities, went to the west. They went in the western direction. So now one point. Long back, we went to what was this place in Karnataka? Lord Krishna's temple is there. What was that place? I'm not getting the name. Very famous. Lord Krishna's deities are there. Other than Udupi, there is one more place where Lord Krishna's deities are there. Anybody remember? Shinni Krishna. Small. Huh?
Adikeshav?
No. Nearby Udupi only. Thoda little niche. Kerala. It is a famous place in Kerala.
Guruvayur.
Guruvayur. Yes. So in Guruvayur, other than Krishna's temple, there is a Shiva temple also. Adjacent to that Shiva temple, there is a lake. They call that lake as Rudra Lake, and the pujari say that this Lord Shiva spoke the Rudra Gita to Prachetas. Prachetas came here and they learned Rudra Gita here karke they tell. That lake and the temple is there in Guruvayur. Samudram Upavistirnam
Samudra Upavistirnam
Apashyan Sumahasara
Apashyam Sumhatisara
Mahanmanaviva Swacham
Mahanmana Iva Satcham
Prasanna Salilashayam.
Prasanna Salilashayam. While traveling, the Prachetas happened to see a great reservoir of water which seemed almost as big as the ocean. The water of this lake was so calm and quiet that it seemed like the mind of a great soul, and its inhabitants, the aquatics, appeared very peaceful and happy to be under the protection of such a watery reservoir.
So their capital is in Brahmavarta, the modern day Bittur, adjacent to Kanpur. So from there, they might have walked all the way up to Guruvayur, toward the western direction, because they were going toward the ocean. They want to perform tapasya in the ocean. Before they could reach the ocean, they came across a small lake. They saw a huge lake, wide like a small ocean, huh? Clear like the mind of a saint, which was the abode of contented fish. So they happened to come across a Saraha, a small lake, which is like a Upasamudram, like a small ocean. They are actually going to the Western Ocean to perform tapasya. So modern day we can say Arabian Sea or whatever. So, but before that, they came across a lake, which today they call it as Rudrakund, there in the Guruvayur. So it is like look like a small ocean. That time it must have been very big. So, but the water is very clear, as clear like the mind of a saint. Mahatmana iva swacham. The water is very fresh, very pure, very clear, just like the mind of a great sage, which was the abode of contented fish. And there are so many fishes are residing in that lake, and all the fishes were also self-realized fishes, contented fishes. Why? We'll understand in a couple of verses later. The lake is very pure. The fishes which are living in that lake are also self-realized. Why? We'll understand now. Upasamudram means somewhat less than an ocean in size. Upa means more or less. Neelaraktootpalamboja
नीलरक्तोतलाम्बोज
कलारेन्दीवराकरम्
लारेन्द्रीवराकरम्
हंससारसचक्रवाः चक्राह्वा
हंसचारसचक्रावा
कारन्दवनिकूजितम्.
कारन्दवनिकुञ्जितम्. Translation. In the Great Lake, there were different types of lotus flowers. Some of them were bluish and some of them were red. Some of them grew at the night, some in the day, and some like a Indivara lotus flower in the evening. Combined together, the lotus flower filled the lake so full that the lake appeared to be a great mine of such flowers. Consequently, on the shores there were swans and cranes, chakravaka, karandava, and other beautiful water birds singing about. Hare Krishna.
Ah, the fishes were already self-realized. In addition to those fishes, what else was there in that lake? The lake was a reservoir of blue and red night blooming lotuses. Neela Utpala and Rakta Utpala. So Utpala is like a kind of lotus. There are blue color lotus, there are red color lotus, which bloom in the night time. These two blue lotus, blue Utpala and red Utpala, they bloom only in the night time. And there are some lotuses which bloom in the daytime. Ambuja, they are also there. There are some lotuses which bloom in the twilight, early morning and late evening hours. Twilight, white, they are white lotuses, Kalara. And blue, day blooming lotuses. There are some blue night blooming lotuses and there are some blue day blooming lotuses. They are known as Indivara. And these are a different set of flowers are there, all lotus flowers are there. And also the entire area is resounded with the cries of swans, cranes, chakravahas, and ducks. The swans are there, Hamsa, Sarasa is cranes, Chakravaha is Chakravaha birds, and Karandava is ducks. All these wonderful birds are also there. So the fishes inside the water and stemming from the water, all the different variety of lotuses that some of them bloom in the daytime, some of them bloom in the night time, some of them bloom in the Sandhya times, twilights, evening and early morning hours. All these different variety of flowers, and then there are wonderful birds, Hamsa, Sarha, Chakravaka, Karandava. In that lake and around that lake. Matta Brahmara Sausvarya
Matta Brahmara Sausvarya
Hrishtaro
Vista Roma Latangripam
Padmakosha Dikshu
Padmakosha Rajo Dikshu
Vikshipat Pavanostavam.
Vikshipat Pavanotsavam. Translation. There were various trees and creepers on all sides of the lake, and there were mad bumblebees humming all about them. The trees appeared to be very jolly due to the sweet humming of the bumblebees, and the saffron, which was contained in the lotus flowers, was being thrown into the air. These all created such an atmosphere that it appeared as though a festival were taking place there. Hare Krishna.
Hmm. It was surrounded with trees and creepers. The lake was surrounded by different variety of trees and creepers, whose shoots stood up like hair standing on end because of the humming of intoxicated bees humming. The wind threw lotus pollen everywhere in great festival. So inside the water, content fishes are there. Inside the water, different variety of lotuses were there. And inside the water and outside the water, the wonderful birds are there. And then surrounding the lake, the different wonderful creepers and trees, uh, who are standing up as if the hairs are standing on the end, and they are completely intoxicated by the intoxicating music of the honeybees and bumblebees, etc., etc. And all the lotuses flowers of, because the breeze, simple mild breeze, the lotus pollen were spread everywhere. So this is the wonderful atmosphere around. The lake had trees and creepers whose shoots stood up in joy on hearing the pleasing humming of the mad bees. A festival was created by the wind, scattering lotus pollen everywhere. So wonderful festival is there everywhere. Then, so all the different variety of water creatures are there, plants and creepers, birds, bees, all these things are there. Now human beings. Now other beings. Tatra Gandharva Makarnya.
तत्र गान्धर्वम् आकर्ण्य
Divya Marga Manoharam.
दिव्यमार्गमनोहरम्
Vishismyu Rajaputraste.
विशिस्म्युराजपुत्रास्ते
Mrudanga Panavadyanu.
मृदङ्गपणवाद्यनु. Translation: The sons of the king became very much amazed when they heard vibrations from various drums and kettle drums, along with other orderly musical sounds pleasing to the ear. Hare Krishna.
Hearing the sounds of drums, followed by attractive celestial songs in celestial style, the sons of King Prachina Barishad became astonished. So till now they were only listening the humming sound of the bumblebees and honeybees. Now suddenly they began to hear the sounds of the kartal, mridanga and other instruments, and accompanied by sweet singing of the Gandharvas and other celestial beings. And hearing all this, hey, how come the celestial sound is coming here in this foreign land, forest area, like that? They heard songs of elevated style after the sound of drums. They had the songs with the drums. Basically, instruments were also played and songs were also sung. The songs were protected by the drum sound. They did not overpower the songs of their sound. Basically, the music and the singing are blend each other very nicely. They could clearly hear the sound of the song and clearly understand also the instruments sound also. So everything was clearly done. So all these things are happening. So when they heard some wonderful songs sung accompanied by musical instruments, then something wonderful happened. What is that? Tarhi eva sarasastasman
तर्हि एव सरस्तस्मान्
nishkramantam sahanugam
निष्क्रामनं तं सहानुगम्
upagiyamanam amara
उपगीयमानम् अमरा
pravaram vibudanugai
प्रावरं विबुधानुगे
saptahemani kayabham
सप्तहेमानिकायाभम्
Siti Khantam Trilocanam
Iti Kantam Trilochanam
Prasada Sumukam Viksha
Prasada Sumukam Vikshya
Pranemur Jata Kautuka.
Pranemo Jata Kautuka. The Prachetas were fortunate to see Lord Shiva, the chief of the demigods, emerging from the water with his associates. His bodily luster was just like molten gold. Molten gold. His throat was bluish, and he had three eyes, which looked very mercifully upon his devotees. He was accompanied by many musicians who were glorifying him. As soon as the Prachetas saw Lord Shiva, they immediately offered their obeisances in great amazement and fell down at the lotus feet of the Lord.
At that moment, when the Gandharvas were singing and playing instruments, wonderful songs were spread across, then suddenly, at that very moment, the Prachetas saw emerging from the lake the chief of the Devatas, Amara Pravaram. Amara is Devatas, Pravaram means best. The best of the Devatas, the beautiful Lord Shiva, effulgent like a pile of molten gold. Tapta Hema Nikaya Abham. His form is like the molten gold, with blue throat, Siti Khantam, three eyes, Trilochanam, and brilliant face, Prasada Sumukam, accompanied by his followers, Saha with while being glorified by the followers of the Devatas, Vibhuda Anugai Upagiyamanam. Already they were playing instruments and they were singing. They are nothing but the glorification of Lord Shiva. With curiosity aroused, they offered respects. So seeing all these things, they immediately fell flat because they understood it's Lord Shiva. So how can they keep quiet? They fell flat to offer wonderful obeisances to Lord Shiva. So in one sense, we have to understand that the lake is crystal clear, the fishes are contented, and all the flowers are day blooming, night blooming, even blooming. They are all also associates of Lord Shiva. For the pleasure of Lord Shiva, they assumed the forms of fishes, the forms of the lotus, Indivara flowers, Utpala flowers. They assumed the forms of the bumblebee, honeybee, and creepers. uh, and they assumed the forms of uh, other other followers of Lord Shiva. It's basically Lord Shiva is personally residing in that lake. That's why everything is auspicious, wonderful, beautiful. So because the Prajatas were passing by, Lord Shiva wanted to come out and interact with them. So he is coming out. So they offered, in order to receive Lord Shiva, they fell flat and offered full Dandavat pranams. Then what? Satan prapannarti haro. Hare Krishna.
Tatan Prapanati Haro
Bhagavan Dharmavasalaha.
Bhagavan Dharmavatsala
Dharmajnam Shila Sampannan
Dharmajnam Shila Sampannan
Prita Pritanuvachaha.
Prita Pritan Uvachaha. Lord Shiva became very pleased with the Prachetas because generally Lord Shiva is the protector of pious persons and persons of gentle behavior. Being very much pleased with the princess, he began to speak as follows.
Lord Shiva, who takes away the distress of the surrendered, Prapannartihara, and who has affection for Dharma, Dharmavasalaha, pleased with the Prachetas, hmm, who knew Dharma and had good conduct. Why Lord Shiva was pleased with Prachetas? Because Prachetas know Dharma and Prachetas had good conduct, Dharmajna Shila Sampanna. And then spoke to them with great to their delight. Lord Shiva not only gave his auspicious darshan, and he began to speak to the Prachetas. And Prachetas were so happy that they get to see Lord Shiva and they get to hear Lord Shiva. They felt that is their Saubhagya. So now Lord Shiva is speaking. First, Lord Shiva will introduce what is Rudra Gita, then he speaks Rudra Gita. So now introducing what is Rudra Gita. Say Rudra Huvacha.
Sri Rudra Uvacha.
So,
Any questions till now? Everyone is able to follow what we are discussing? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
All
No.
devotees are able to follow what we are discussing. Any questions do you have?
So Prabhuji, this Hare Krishna, all the like you said that the fish were also self-realized. So are they associates of Lord Shiva?
That's what I'm saying. Na? They are all associates of Lord Shiva. They assume different forms to be in the association of Lord Shiva. Some of them are fishes, some of them are flowers, some of them are creepers, fruit plants, birds, bees,
So
and other associates.
is this abode of Lord Shiva means the Lord Shiva reside in this lake?
Maybe temporarily might be residing there. Maybe may not be permanent abode, but can reside there. Na? If you want to spend some time here, you can reside there. Why not? For now, that deity of Lord Shiva is there, still there in Guruvayur. So that could be one of his pastime place like that we can take. Or understanding that Pratyatha is going to come, he might have come there sometime before and he is waiting for the Pratyathas to come. That is also possible.
Okay.
Sri Rudra Uvacha.
श्रीरुद्र उवाच
यूयं वेदि सदा पुत्र
युवं वेदि सदः पुत्र
विदितं वश्चिकीर्षितम्
विदितं वश्चिकीर्षितम्
अनुग्रहाय भद्रं वा
अनुग्रहाय भद्रं वा
एवं मे दर्शनं कृतम्.
एवं मे दर्शनं कृतम्. Lord Shiva said, "You are all the son of King Prachinabarihi, and I wish all good fortune to you. I also know what you are going to do, and therefore I am visible to you, just to show my mercy upon you." Hare Krishna.
Lord Shiva said, "You are the sons of Barishad. I know what you plan to do." Because father instructed them to go and perform ashtam, get the blessings of Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, come back, get married, and take care of the kingdom. All these things I know. I have auspiciously shown myself to you to give mercy. I just came on my own to help you in achieving what you want to achieve. That was the whole thing. Because they have come here to worship Lord Vishnu for 10,000 years to get Lord Vishnu's blessings so that they can become the future kings and rule the kingdom in a nice way. So Lord Shiva, understanding all these things, he said, I have shown myself to you for giving mercy to you. I know that you plan to worship the Supreme Lord Vishnu, or I have come to see you to give you mercy. This was the intention with which Lord Shiva personally came to them. Even though they never asked for Lord Shiva, but Lord Shiva on his own came there. And Lord Shiva now tells why he came on his own to see the Prachetas. And this kind of things we get to hear again and again, and we get to see the examples of such people also again and again near and near also. Especially our Bhakti Radha Gopinath devotees, they always talk about this because we have a nearby Lord Shiva temple, Babulnath. Many of those devotees used to go to Babulnath before, and by the blessings of Babulnath, they began to come to Radha Gopinath. Like that, they share. Same thing we can see here. Yah param brahma sa sakshat
Ya param brahma sa sakshat
triguna jiva samnitat
Triguna jiva samyagatat
bhagavantam vasudevam
Bhagavantam Vasudevam
prapanna sa priyohime.
Prapanna sa priyohime. Lord Shiva continued, any person who is surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, the controller of everything, material nature as well as the living entity, is actually very dear to me.
He who has completely surrendered to Lord Vasudeva, who is superior to Maya, to the Jiva Shakti and Brahman, is dear to me. He's telling that those devotees of Lord Vasudeva, who is superior to Maya Shakti, Jiva Shakti, and Brahman, is very dear to me. That means The pure devotees of Lord Vasudeva are always dear to me. Because they are dear to me, I have come to you. Because all of you are Vasudeva Bhakta, Vasudeva Parayana. Lord Shiva explains why he is merciful to Prachetas. Because he loves so much the Hari Bhaktas. So he came on his own to the Hari Bhaktas. One who has surrendered completely to the Supreme Lord Vasudeva is dear to me. Who is Lord Vasudeva? Lord Vasudeva is superior to subtle Pradhana or Prakriti, is superior to subtle Prakriti, and is superior to the Purusha, Jiva Sanyitam, and is superior, that means he is the Antaryami, he is the Paramatma. So who is Vasudeva? Vasudeva is superior to Maya Shakti and Jiva Shakti. And this is Sridhar Swami's explanation. Or the Lord is superior to Maya Shakti, Jiva Shakti, and that which is most difficult to perceive, Brahmasa, the Brahman without qualities. So Lord Vasudeva is not only superior to Maya Shakti, Jiva Shakti, but also is superior to Brahman. Because Bhagavad Gita says, Brahmano hi pratishtaham, I am the basis of Brahman. The person who fully surrenders to Lord Vasudeva, not just offering karmas and not mixing the devotee bhakti with the worship of devatas or jnana is dear to me, and not the person who just worships me. So Lord Shiva says, so which kind of devotee is dear to you? Those who are performing Ananya Bhakti are dear to me, not those who are performing Bhakti as well as karmas, Bhakti as well as Devata worship, Bhakti as well as Jnana. Such kind of mixed devotees are not very dear to me. Pure devotees, unallied devotees are very dear to me. And not even those who worship me exclusively are not dear to me. Even my own devotees are also not dear to me. But those who are serving Lord Vishnu without any tinge of karma, jnana, yoga, and devata worship, they are very dear to me. So that is the category of prachetas. Prachetas are performing bhakti without a tinge of karma, jnana, yoga, devata worship, etc. That's why they are very pure devotees and they are desired by Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva came to them. So now, why Lord Shiva is saying this? Why? Why they are very dear to Lord Shiva? So this is very interesting verse. But before discussing, is all of you are able to follow what we are discussing? Why Lord Shiva appeared there and what is speaking to them? Of course, he is expressing that why the devotees are very dear to him. That he is telling. But he says that the pure devotee, the unallied devotees are very dear to me compared to the devotees mixed with karma, jnana, yoga, and devata worship, etc. Even my own devotees are not dear to me, but the pure devotees of Lord Vasudeva are very dear to me. That's what he says. But why? Why so? That is revealed in the next verse. And this is one of the very important verse. At least I like this verse so much, which makes many things clear. Many times we may have so many doubts about the other devatas and Shiva and other so many things. So who are they? Why are they? Are there? All these things are there. Everything can be. All our philosophical, cultural, and societal doubts can be clarified with this verse. If we understand this verse, many questions that people outside ask can be clearly answered. Request all of you to kindly pay attention. Swadharmanishta Shatajanma Bipuman
स्वधर्मनिष्ठा शतजन्म विपुमान्
Virinchitame Tata Paramhimam
विरिञ्चितामेति ततः परं हि माम्
Avyakrutam Bhagavatota Vaishnavam
अव्याकृतं भागवतोऽथ वैष्णवम्
Padam Yataham Vibudha Kalachyaye
पदं यथाहं विबुधा कलातये. Translation: a person who executes his occupational duty properly for 100 works becomes qualified to occupy the post of Brahma. And if he becomes more qualified, he can approach Lord Shiva. A person who is directly surrendered to Lord Krishna or Vishnu in unalloyed devotional service is immediately promoted to the spiritual planet. Lord Shiva and other demigods attain these planets after the destruction of this material world. Hare Krishna.
You have read the translation. Some of you might have understood the translation. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning? What do you understand from reading the translation, from hearing the translation? What is your understanding? Any one or two devotees, please make an attempt quickly. Time
Yes,
over.
Hare,
See,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, when a devotee, like who is in material life, like he completes this austerity for nearly 100 births without, like, totally in devotional, not being in material bliss, can take a post of Brahma. That's what the translation here describes about. And that means he is qualified to become Brahma.
Okay.
And only then he can approach Lord Shiva. It is difficult to go directly to Lord Shiva unless you come to that disciplic level. So when you come to the Brahmic level, you do the austerities for so many years, only then you can approach Lord Shiva.
Okay.
That
Yes.
is what I understand.
Okay. Yes,
Prabhuji, the
Prabhuji.
hierarchy of devotion is given in this, and
Okay.
the positions of Brahma, Lord Shiva, and Vishnu is properly explained. What is their the thing, and the highest is also explained. Ki what is the highest?
Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone from Prabhuji's side?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Here it is mentioned that if one perfectly execute the varnashram duty for 100 years, he even may not be a devotee, but still he can attain the post of Brahma. And if he become more
even though if he may not be a devotee, Bapre, ये
yeah,
कहाँ से लेके आए?
means he just executing varnashram duty, you know.
Okay. What do you mean by executing varnashram duty?
Varnashram duty means whatever you are according to varna, like if you are Brahmana, you are executing Brahmana duty. And if you are Kshatriya,
does it include any bhakti in it, or without bhakti also one can execute?
yeah, bhakti is there, but it's not predominant. No?
You tell that. Don't say that without bhakti.
Okay, bhakti without means bhakti is not predominant, but he is doing his duties perfectly.
That is important. That is important. Never ever make a mistake of saying that without bhakti. Yes. Next. Go ahead.
And if he become more qualified, like then he can become an associate of Lord Shiva. But if Lord Shiva said that if one completely surrender to Lord Krishna or Vishnu and become unalloyed devotee, means if he's executing Ananya Shuddha Bhakti, then he directly attains the spiritual world, whereas the Lord Shiva and other devatas, they only attains only after the destruction of this material world, they attain the spiritual world.
Okay. Fine. Any other devotee? Last one more chance. Anyone else? Hare Krishna. Translation is there in front of you only. Shloka is there in front of you only. What do you understand? Any Prabhuji or Mataji? No one?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Mataji.
Can I say? It says that if you practice Karma Mishra Bhakti or Jnana Mishra Bhakti, you can attain the post of Brahma if you do it properly for 100 years.
Okay.
But a person who practices sincerely Bhakti devotional service, they can attain Krishna,
Okay.
Krishna Loka or Vaikuntha Loka.
Okay. Karma Mishra Bhakti, Jnana Mishra Bhakti, they'll attain Brahma, and pure Bhakti, they'll attain Krishna or Vishnu. Okay. Fine, but it is not complete. So now let us see. So a person fixed in Dharma, Swadharma Nishta, attain the post of Brahma after 100 births. So that means, for example, a Brahmana or a Kshatriya or a Vaishya who follow their Varna Dharma or Ashrama Dharma properly, perfectly for 100 lifetimes, they are qualified to become Brahma. Now, by more pious acts than that, a person attains me, Shiva, Tata Paramhimam. That means a person might practice Dharma for more than 100 lifetimes, 101, 102, 103, 110, 200, 500, 1000, 10,000, like that we can say. 100 into 100 we can take 10,000. So if one practices 10,000 lifetimes of Varnashma Dharma properly, Swadharma, one's own Varna Dharma, Swadharma properly, one may attain Lord Shiva. But there is a difference. Here one attain the post of Brahma. Virinchi, they will become Virinchi. But here they will not become Shiva. They will come to Shiva. They will never ever become Shiva. No one becomes Shiva. But anyone can become Brahma. But on the other hand, Devatas attain the abode of Vaikuntha. Vaishnavam Padam. Bhagavatota Vaishnavam Padam. So, what is the characteristic of the Vaishnava Padam? Avyakritam, beyond the material world, after leaving the body, Kalatyaye. This is the abode which is located beyond the material world. That one will attain. Vaishnava Padam. That is abode of Lord Vishnu, Vaikuntha. So, यहाँ तक आप सब लोग try किया. So many of you are correctly predicted, correctly analyzed, but there is little more than this. Similarly, why? So somebody may say, you are Lord Shiva. You should tell somebody that you become my devotee, I'll take you to my abode. And why are you telling that somebody goes to Vaikuntha, which is beyond the three modes of material nature, which is beyond this material universe, Avyakrutam, etc. Why are you promoting someone to Vaikuntha? Like that one my question. The answer is, similarly, I, in another form, reside in Vaikuntha. Yata aham. I am there in my abode in Kailash and all. I am here, I am there in Kailash also. But I am also there in Vaikuntha. In a different form. There I continuously serve Lord Vishnu. And thus, I am saying by performing bhakti, one can go to Vaikuntha. Yata aham. And not only me, and the devatas who are qualified to go there after destroying their subtle bodies also stay in Vaikuntha and continue to serve the Lord. All the previous devatas who are qualified, they have come to Vaikuntha, they are also serving Lord Vishnu, just like I am serving Lord Vishnu. And all the current devatas also will come to Vaikuntha after giving up their subtle bodies. In due course of time, after destroying the subtle bodies, they will also come to Vaikuntha and serve Lord Vishnu. In a sutra form, he is revealing so many philosophical truths in this verse. So now let us try to analyze. What kind of analysis is there? Hear from my mouth the ranking of attainment of Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu according to pious acts. Attaining Lord Vishnu is by far superior. Attaining the abode of Brahma or becoming Brahma, attaining the abode of Shiva is somewhat easy. But attaining the abode of Lord Vishnu is by far superior. Now, one thing he is explaining. By being fixed in one's dharma, that is Swadharma Nishta. What do you mean by Swadharma Nishta? That means performing Nishkama Karma Yoga. If one executes Nishkama Karma Yoga That means Bhakti Mishra Karma. If one is Brahmana, Brahmanical activities along with Bhakti. Kshatriya means Kshatriya's activities along with Bhakti. Vaishya means Vaishya's activities along with Bhakti, like that. By being fixed in one's dharma means performing Nishkama Karma Yoga, one attain the post of Brahma after 100 births. So one need to execute Nishkama Karma Yoga for 100 births. Then one will become Brahma. And if one is not fixed, even after 100 births, one does not attain that position. If one simply executes superficially one's varnashram duties here and there, thoda idhar, thoda udhar, such kind of person will not become Brahma. But one who is having complete nishtha, 100% nishtha, only such a person become Brahma. So just like if one performs 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas becomes Indra, if one lives the entire life according to the Varna Dharma and Ashra Dharma for 100 years, for 100 lifetimes, not 100 years, 100 lifetimes, he is qualified to become Brahma. The Brahma is the topmost person in the entire universe. So this verse reveals how to become Brahma. Otherwise, many places in the Bhagavatam and the other Mahabharata and all, about Indra it is mentioned, Shatakratu. Indra is name is Shatakratu. Those who perform 100 kratus, they will become Indra. That's why anybody performing 100 kratus, Indra becomes insecure. So he want to become Indra, he want to dethrone me. So he tries to put a disturbance in their 100th yajna. So this is the way one can become Brahma. Next, by greater pious acts, what is superior to Nishkama Karma Yoga? Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga. JY stands for Jnana Yoga, AY stands for Ashtanga Yoga. By executing or by performing Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga, one can attain me. Attain me means one can attain my abode, which is Brahman. So, though in the material world, Lord Shiva is there in Kailash, his abode is known as Kailash, but Lord Shiva's eternal abode is Brahmajyoti. In Brahmajyoti, Sada Shiva always resides. Sada means always. The Shiva who is always residing, that is known as Brahmajyoti. So those who practice Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga will attain Brahmajyoti. They will attain Sahajya Mukti. So one sadhana is Nishkama Karma Yoga. Those who perform Nishkama Karma Yoga one lifetime properly, they are qualified to go to Sarga. That is also mentioned through so many places in the Bhagavatam and other scriptures. If we follow Nishkama Karma Yoga properly this entire life, one can go to Swarga for some good amount of time. But if one follows Nishkama Karma Yoga without going to Swarga for 100 lifetimes, one can become Brahma. But if one practices Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga seriously, how many lifetimes we don't know, that number is not given, but the severity of performance of Jnana Yoga is much strong compared to Nishkama Karma Yoga, because Nishkama Karma Yoga is being performed by the Grihasthas at home only. But Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga is performed by the Vanaprastha and Sannyasis in the forest, not in the village or cities, not in the home. This is in the forest. Just like recently we studied, Prithu Maharaj, after taking to Vanaprastha order, he went to forest and performed Vanaprastha austerities. So severe, we can't even imagine. Then forget about the performing. But Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga involves such kind of severe austerities. When they execute, in due course of time, they will attain Sahajya Mukti. That is, they'll attain me. They'll attain my eternal abode, Brahmajyoti, which is superior to the position of Brahma. But one who worships Lord Vishnu by Bhakti Yoga attains Vaikuntha. So here also, severe Bhakti Yoga, maybe one lifetime or many lifetimes, we don't know. But those who are sincerely practicing Bhakti Yoga, seriously, sincerely, and with full dedication, they attain Vaikuntha, which is situated beyond the material world after leaving the current body, just as I, residing in Vaikuntha at every moment, worship Lord Vishnu in one form. So one may say, why should I go to Vaikuntha? He says, बाबा सुनो, जिस प्रकार मैं इधर हूँ, जिस प्रकार मैं ब्रह्मज्योति में हूँ, उसी प्रकार मैं वैकुंठ में हूँ. Always continuously engage in service of Lord Vishnu. So I request you also to come to Vaikuntha and continue to serve Lord Vishnu. That is much different than going any place in the universe and even going to Brahmajyoti also. Lord Shiva himself is promoting or advertising this. Come to Vaikunta, because I myself there in Vaikunta, I myself engaged in Lord Vishnu service. You also please come to Vaikunta and engage in service of Lord Vishnu. Oh, somebody may say, but Vedas are saying that perform this yajna, that yajna, and go to Swarga. The best place for enjoyment is Swarga, like that they say. And you are telling the best place for enjoyment is Vaikunta. How can that be? The Lord Shiva says, Abhi forget about going to Vaikunta, Swargaloka. All the devatas who are living in Swargaloka, they will come to Vaikunta for the purpose of serving Lord Vishnu. When and how? Let us see. The devatas who are qualified devotees also, who are also qualified devotees, with the destruction of their subtle bodies, after finishing their duties, will go there, will also go to Vaikunta. All the devatas who are currently executing their duties as different devatas like Surya, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu, etc., etc., after completing all their duties, once their tenure is over, then they all will go to Vaikunta. They are also going. You are aspiring to go to Swarga to live with the Devatas, but the Devatas are aspiring to go to Vaikunta and to live with the Lord Vishnu. Just like I am living with Lord Vishnu and serving him, Devatas also want to serve Lord Vishnu in Vaikunta. And why you people want to go to Sargaloka or want to become Brahma, where Brahma want to go to Vaikunta and serve Lord Vishnu? And why you want to go to Brahma Jyoti, where I am there, I myself want to stay in Vaikunta and always serve the Lord Vishnu. So better come to Vaikunta and serve Lord Vishnu for the rest of eternity, which is possible by bhakti, not by Jnana Yoga, not by Ashtanga Yoga, not by Nishkama Karma Yoga. Thus, bhakti is shown as the best cause. It is easy to perform during practice and after attainment of the Supreme Lord. So, Lord Shiva established that bhakti and the goal of bhakti are best, topmost, and that bhakti is easy to perform during the practice and after attainment of the Lord. Performance of Nishkama Karma Yoga for 100 lifetimes, performance of Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga, which includes lot of severe austerity, is very difficult to perform. But Bhakti is easy to perform and Bhakti awards the best and topmost destination. So, Lord Shiva is indicating that. Therefore, perform Bhakti. Just like I am there in Vaikunta serving the Lord, just like all the Devatas are on their way to Vaikunta and serve the Lord, same way you all come. So somebody may ask, where is the proof for this statement that all the devatas are going to Vaikunta after the tenure is over? Here is the proof. Yavassakasakyuriveshate krita praja visarge vibhajami bhojanam aviklavaste parikarmani sthito mame samunnatamadojamaniнаha. This is second canto 9 chapter text number 30. After having the darshan of Mahavaikunta, after being touched by Lord Vishnu, Brahma is speaking this. Lord Brahma revealing his desire, praise to the Lord. Brahma expresses his desire. What is that? I have been treated by you as a friend treats a friend. Saka Sakyur, Viveshate Kruta. O Lord, as long as my tenure lasts, Yavat, as long as I have to continue as Brahma, without any lethargy, being situated in your service, I will create various types of living entities in the matter of carrying out creation. Praja visarge vibhajami bhojanam aviklavaste parikarmani sthito. I will do my service. As long as I am supposed to be Brahma, supposed to do duties of Brahma, I will continue to do all these services. But my request is to you is, may I not become overcome by excessive pride in this endeavor. Let me not become proud because I am the creator of this universe like that. Please protect me from that, so that after my tenure is over, I shall come back to your eternal abode immediately without any delay. Otherwise, if I become succumb to proud and arrogance, I'll be bound in this material world. So this is the request Brahma was placing in front of Lord Vishnu to protect him by not becoming proud. So like that. Here it is said, "O Lord, you have treated me as a friend treats a friend. by touching me with your hand, though I am just a shadow of servant. May I attain bhakti with a feeling of friendship. Let me have dasya bhakti and sakya bhakti. As long as I live while creating the bodies of the living entities, I will create divisions of high, medium, and low while being situated with great attention in serving you. I'll do my duties as an offering unto you, as a service to you. Like this, not only Brahma, but all the devatas are doing their respective service. They are all praying same similar way. Let me not
Hare
become
Krishna.
proud of my service. Wait. We'll take your question. Just 2 minutes.
Hare Krishna.
Ah, Mataji. Yeah, what happened? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have two questions
No, wait. I'll take all your questions.
regarding this.
After completing this slide, I'll
Hare-
take all your questions. You please wait.
Okay.
So, not only Brahma, but each and every Devata had the similar prayer. They say that we are ready to execute our services, but please protect us. While executing our service, there may be some problems here and there may be some issues here and there. Sometimes we may be succumb to pride and all. Please protect us. Otherwise, we may end up remain in this material world. But after completing our service, we all want to come back to your eternal abode. This is their request. That is clearly indicated in Brahma Sutras. May I not become overcome with excessive pride. The extent of Brahma's life is expressed by Yavad Adhikaram Avastitir Adhikarikanam. Those who hold powers in this world as controllers, as different devatas, they remain in this world until their tenure has expired. Once a person becomes Brahma, he has to remain here in this universe as Brahma for 100 years, according to his time span. Once a person becomes Indra or any other Devata, they have to continue their duties as long as their tenure lasts. Devatas supposed to do their duties for one Manvantara period. Before that, if they want to give up their service, they cannot. After Brahma Moha Vimohan Leela, Brahma asked Lord Vishnu, my dear Lord, by being Brahma, I am making mistakes again and again. Please relieve me from this responsibility. I want to come back to Vaikuntha. Lord Krishna, till then he was looking at Brahma. When Brahma started saying this, Lord Krishna turned his face around, other side. Then Brahma understood that this is not pleasing to the Lord. I think let me continue my service. But whatever mistake he did, in order to atone that mistake, he appeared as Haridas Thakur and lived in a humble, simple way. Because he was the greatest person in the universe, he became proud. But now, by living in a simple, humble way, he kind of atoned for his mistake. That's how it is said. And then Indra also, after Vrunda, Govardhan Leela, Indra also came to Lord and said, my dear Lord, please relieve me from this. Being Indra, I am expecting for such kind of yajnas being performed, such kind of respect shown to me, worship shown to me, and etc. I don't want to stay in this Indra's position. Please relieve me. I will go back to Vaikuntha. Lord says, no. Continue your service. Don't do such mistakes once again. Be attentive, be cautious, but continue your service. Because he is supposed to be there as Indra or as Brahma for a certain time period. So if they want to go to they all want to go to Vaikuntha, they will go to Vaikuntha, but only after the tenure is over. So this is how it is indicated here. So the reason is why it is being said. Even the Devatas, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu, all the way up to Brahma, even if they want to go to Vaikuntha, they cannot go to Vaikuntha immediately. They have to render their duties as long as they are bound to. They are promised to. But the people in general who does not have such kind of heavy responsibilities can go back to Vaikuntha by practicing Ananda Bhakti in this very lifetime. That is the speciality, that is the easiness of Bhakti. So please take that Bhakti seriously. So directly or indirectly is indicating that particular thing. So like that. Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji. Time bhi ho gaya lagta hai.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, Mataji.
Hari bol.
Yes, Mataji, continue.
Prabhuji, you said Lord Shiva, Sadashiv, has a abode in Brahman.
Yes.
But Brahman is a So he has a proper abode with all his inhabitants and everything living there in Brahman.
Yes. Whoever attains Sahajya Mukti, they are associates. They are his associates.
Okay.
Hmm.
But then there is no service there. As such, we have read so many purports of Prabhupada ki Brahman is just, eternity.
Okay.
So
All
they
over
have
India.
body
Wait.
there.
Before,
Yeah.
if you have gone to different place in India, what kind of photos of Lord Shiva you see? Do you ever see Lord Shiva's photo serving Lord Vishnu or serving anybody or doing any activity? What kind of the prominent photos of Lord Shiva you see?
Meditation.
हाँ, वही करते रहेंगे उधर. वो भी वही करेंगे, उनके साथ जो भी है वो भी वही करेंगे.
And they will have a body.
हाँ, yes, why not? Spiritual form, Sachidananda Swarupa.
But Anand will be there, means like, or
Brahmananda,
others only eternity will be there.
there is Brahmananda is there. Satchitananda, Brahmananda is also there.
So that means if we tell if someone has gone to Sayuja Mukti, then they are all gone to Sadashiv's Loka, serving their eternal thing. But then why we tell then from there they fall down again?
That is rasa. Acharyas, our acharyas, because bhakti is seva. So, in order to inspire all the devotees to serve in person, our acharyas never recommend any devotee to look towards Brahmajyoti.
Okay.
So, that is one aspect. The second aspect is because Mayavada is so prevalent. In order to discourage people to turn towards Mayavada, this falling down thing is mentioned. This falling down happens in relation to Mayavadis, not in relation to Brahmavadis. Brahmavadis means the practitioners of Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga. They will attain Brahman, they will remain there, they will never come back. But Mayavadis, even though they are practicing Jada Jnana, Jada Yoga, they may think that they are going to attain perfection, but they will never ever attain perfection. They will fall down from the imagined perfectional state. Haruya Krishrena Param Padam Tata Patanti Yado Anadrita Vishmadangraya. Because they are always disrespecting the personality of Godhead. They may think that they have attained liberation, but they will fall down from that assumed liberation. So that is what is being spoken again and again by Srila Prabhupada or previous acharyas or current acharyas. That is in relation to Mayavada.
Okay. So,
And our acharyas don't talk so much about Brahmavadis attaining Sahajya Mukti and all because that is not our aspiration.
Yeah. Okay. The second question is, you said all the demigods after finishing their the time period and the work, they go to Vaikuntha.
Yes.
So every time a new set of demigods, a new set of everything comes.
Yes, every Manvantara, the whole Devatas will change. The previous Devatas have gone to Vaikuntha and the new people will take up the responsibility.
Okay. So, like for Brahma, you have to do the thing which is in this 1,000 Ashwamedha Yagya and other. So, this is valid for all. This is only one universe.
Okay, na? A similar thing may be there in other universe also. Because we are here in this universe, we need to understand how the things are happening in this universe.
Okay. Okay.
So same, just things are happening around us. Same thing. For example, you yourself are in a particular occupation. There's a procedure to come to that position. You cannot just like that. You cannot come there. Same way, if somebody want to become a particular Devata or Indra or Brahma, there is a procedure. And there is a procedure to attain Brahmajyoti. Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. There is a procedure to attain Vaikuntha. That is Bhakti Yoga. For everything, there is a particular sadhana is revealed. Those who follow that sadhana, they will attain the corresponding result. But among all the different sadhanas, among all the different destinations, what is the best and topmost? Why it is so? Lord Shiva is telling. I am there in the universe as one of the 11 Rudras. I am there in Brahmajyoti as Sadashiva. But I like to be in Vaikuntha, where I am continuously engaged in service of Supreme Lord. Where, though currently all the devatas there in Swarga, where people aspire to go to by listening to the Vedas, but those devatas are aspiring to come to Vaikuntha and they want to serve Lord Vishnu just like I am serving. So why you want to attain Swarga or Brahma position or Brahmajyoti? The best thing I can advertise is come to Vaikuntha. Like that Lord Shiva is indicating.
कृष्ण प्रभु जी,
Yes, Mataji.
प्रभु जी ये जो देवी देवता है वो ब्रह्मवादी कहलाएंगे ना फिर?
No, why you want to call them Brahmavadis? They are not
जी, क्योंकि
aspiring to go to
हम
Brahmavadi. Brahmavadi are those who are aspiring to go to Brahmajyoti. They are called Brahmavadis.
बट वो कहते हैं ना कि वो मृत्यु लोक में भगवान का दर्शन करने आते हैं, दे आर एस्पायरिंग, दे आर नॉट, हम मृत्यु लोक में जो लोग रहते हैं
हाँ,
उनको भक्ति नहीं की, उनके लिए वो दुर्लभ है, ये सब चीजें हम सुनते हैं, तो हाउ वी कैन कोरिलेट विद दिस?
मृत्यु लोक में भक्ति दुर्लभ एवरीवेयर. भक्ति दुर्लभ only because that is Raja Vidya. Ananya Bhakti is very rare. We can't see people around in a huge number. They are very rare species. I don't know. I did not get your question correctly. You can repeat.
प्रभु जी, जैसे ब्रह्म जो देवी देवता है वो भी प्रार्थना हम भागवत में सुनते हैं कि वो मृत्यु लोक में भगवान का दर्शन करने आते हैं और उनके लिए कहा जाता है कि वैकुंठ लोक प्राप्त करना दुर्लभ है.
हाँ, वो तो सब लोग बोलेंगे ना. वैकुंठ जाना इजी करके कौन बोलेगा? Everyone tells going to Vaikuntha. Even Lord Shiva is telling. It is,
नहीं तो
the process is easy, but even though it is easy, we can't practice it that easily. We have been practicing bhakti for last maybe more than a decade, at least all of us. Every one of us in the class are at least practicing bhakti more than a decade or two. But just examine ourselves. In spite of hearing so many times, are we bereft of any material desire? Are we bereft of any bodily consciousness? No. We are so much, we are even increasing more and more our material desires, material ambitions, and material bodily comforts. Our they are increasing more. They are supposed to become less, but we are increasing more.
तो जी ब्रह्मवादी और मायावादी में डिफरेंस क्या है?
Brahmavadi means, देखो, अभी I'll simply ask question. What is the difference between the devotee of Lord Krishna, devotee of Lord Ram, and devotee of Lord Vishnu? What is the difference?
All are Vishnu Tattva, serving Vishnu Tattva.
No, there is some difference.
राम के जो लोग, राम के जो भक्त है वो अयोध्या धाम को जाएंगे, विष्णु के तत्व तो वो विष्णु लोक को जाएगा, कृष्ण के भक्त
वो
वो
छोड़ दो,
गोलोक
वो
को
छोड़ दो,
जाएगा.
कहाँ जाएंगे वो छोड़ दो. कृष्ण भक्त मतलब कृष्णा's devotee, they exclusively worship Lord Krishna. Ram Bhakta means they exclusively worship Lord Ram, and Vishnu Bhakta means they exclusively worship Lord Vishnu. But they respect other forms of the Supreme Lord also. Krishna Bhakta will respect Ram also, Vishnu also, or Vishnu Bhakta respect Krishna and Rama also. But they exclusively serve that particular deity. Similarly, Brahmavadi means they exclusively serve Parabrahman. At the same time, they respect other forms of Bhagavan. Rama, Krishna, Varaha, Narasimha. They respect everyone. But their dedication is to Parabrahma. That's why they are called Brahmavadis.
और मायावादी
Mayavadis are those who say that Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Only Brahman is true, Jagat is false. Not only Jagat, not only Bhautika Jagat, even Adhyatmika Jagat is also false. Vaikuntha is false, Vaikuntha Bhagavan is also false. So they never ever respect Lord Vishnu or any form of Bhagavan. For them, Bhagavan is a temporary manifestation like our temporary body. They are offending Bhagavan. For them, only Brahman is the ultimate reality. The Bhagavan, Vaikuntha, material world, and all of us are illusion. That's why they are called Mayavada, because they speak more about Maya than Brahman. Those who speak more about Brahman, they are called Brahmavadis. And those who speak Bhagavan is Maya, world is Maya, everything is Maya, everyone is Maya, they are Mayavadis.
अब क्लियर हुआ प्रभु जी, ठीक है, थैंक यू।
अभी भगवान को माया बोलने के बाद अभी क्या उनको क्या मुक्ति मिलेगा? But Brahmavadi, they don't say Bhagavan as Maya. They say Bhagavan is also there. Just like why we became Krishna Bhaktas, why not we became Rama Bhaktas? Why not we
क्योंकि
became Narayana Bhaktas?
तो हमारी श्रद्धा कृष्ण में है,
Why?
बिकॉज हम उसके बारे में सुनते हैं, एंड वी हैव डेवलप्ड दैट आस्था इन द लॉर्ड।
By hearing more and more about him, we developed our attraction towards him. Same way, there are some devotees who heard more and more about Brahman and they developed attraction towards Brahman. That's why they are called Brahmavadis. And they attain destiny in the form of Brahman.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
So it is as simple as that. Our sadhana leads to our destiny. So those Mayavadis who say everything is Maya, 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 and Bhagavan say if everything is Maya, you stay in Maya only, na? Ye yata, what was that verse, Bhagavad Gita?
ये यथा माम प्रपद्येताम तस्य
Ye yata mam prapadyante tam staya vajamaham. You always say everything is Maya, 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 stay in Maya only. If you always talk about Brahman, Brahman, come to Brahman. If you always talk about Krishna, 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 come to Krishna. That's all.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
It's like that. Any other devotees have any questions in this verse? At least this is my favorite verse in the entire Bhagavatam because this reveals so many philosophical tattvas and it clarifies so many questions which people generally ask. Yes.
Prabhuji, that means Brahma and demigods, they are posts, not the personalities, right?
हाँ वो तो पहले से हमको पता था.
और अभी डेमिगॉड्स जो होते हैं, डेमिगॉड्स जो पोजीशन पाते हैं उसके बाद वो सर्व करते हैं.
No, whatever doing is their service only. Just like in our temple also we have positions. We have temple president, this man, this department in charge, that department in charge. That is the position. In that department service, they are serving the Lord. And they are
Yes,
also in
but
the personal space, they are also practicing Bhakti. Every day morning they are attending Mangalarati, chanting Japa, listening to Bhagavatam, and throughout the day they are performing their department duties. Just like all of you Gurusas, you are performing Bhakti at home in the morning and throughout the day you are working in the office. That is your post.
yes, but these are so exalted personalities. They why don't they go to attain Vaikuntha directly?
No, that's what I am saying. Na, they will attain when you have taken a vow. Just like our government, Indian government, they take a vow that for the next 5 years I will serve in that responsibility. In between, you cannot resign. This is also service, na. Ultimately, what you want to do? What you want to do? You go into Vaikuntha. You want to serve the Lord, and what you are doing now? That is the service of the Lord. So
okay,
the flavor
got
may
it.
be different, but both are service only.
And Prabhuji, what about the second question? What about the Kailas? I thought Shivji resides in Kailas. His dham is Kailas.
Oh, that is in the material world. In the material world, Lord also comes to assist all of us. That's what we said na, in the previous verse. Lord is there in Kailas, Lord is there in every reach and every village to bless us. Because, see, Vishnu Bhaktas are mostly generally people in the mode of goodness, they want to be Vishnu Bhaktas. But people in the mode of passion and ignorance, they aspire material desires to be fulfilled very quickly. Such kind of people generally approach Lord Shiva, Mother Durga, or Devatas because they want quick results. And people who are a little bit matured, they approach Lord Vishnu. Some of them ask for results also. Some of them are really slowly, they really want to understand what is life and what is the purpose of life, etc. थोड़ा सा सत्वगुणी वाले जिज्ञासी रहते हैं, वो थोड़ा भगवान का प्रति श्रद्धालु होकर थोड़ा समझने के लिए प्रयास करते हैं. तो बाकी लोग ये जीवन कैसे खुशीमय होना चाहिए, जॉब कैसे मिले, अच्छा पत्नी कैसे मिले, अच्छा पति कैसे मिले, अच्छा बच्चा कैसे मिले, अच्छा जॉब कैसे मिले, अच्छा इंक्रीमेंट कैसे मिले, So उनके इसके लिए they approach Durga Devi, Shiva and other devatas. इसलिए is there in each and every village we have Shiva and Durga without fail. Whether every village may not have Rama like, but every village will have Shiva like and Durga like without fail.
Hmm.
Because common people have this desire. They need to take shelter of some deity. And some villages south we have Kartikeya deity more, Ganesh deity is more in the north. But Shiva and Durga all over India,
They are there.
everywhere they are there. Every village they will be there. Because people in general they are not so much jignasu. They want to live their life. So for that they come and pray to the Lord Shiva. And Rama Alai, Vishnu Alai may not be there in every village.
Okay. Yes,
Hmm.
Prabhuji.
So there are 11 forms of Rudra and 11 Rudras are staying at 11 places in the universe. Wherever they stay, that is called Kailash. And outside the universe in Brahmajyoti also Lord Shiva is there. He is called as Sadashiva. And the same Sadashiva is also there in Vaikuntha and serving Lord Vishnu there in the Vaikuntha. And he is telling, so the best destination among all these different destinations is Vaikuntha. Because people might want to go to Svargaloka. People might want to become Brahma. People might want to come to Brahmajyoti also. The स्वर्गलोक में रहने वाला देवता लोग they want to come to Vaikuntha and serve the Lord. Lord Brahma himself want to come to Vaikuntha and serve the Lord. We have seen the shloka also. And I myself, though I am there in Brahmajyoti, but I am happy in serving the Lord in Vaikuntha.
Yes.
So, तीन का कंपैरिजन दिया गया. आप इधर जाना चाहते बट उधर रहने वाले लोग उधर जाना चाहते. You want to become Brahma, but Brahma want to go to Vaikuntha. You want to attend Sahyajya Mukti, but Sahyajya Mukti का leader है Shiva. He is in Vaikuntha serving the Lord very happily. तो तीनों लोग इधर जाना चाहते हो, आप उधर क्यों जाना चाहते? So like that.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
हाँ.
Krishna
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Like Bhakti Thakur said, there was a Brahma was a Bahirmukh, means he was not a devotee. So then how he
No, no.
became
The understanding is not like that. Even if a person at the level of Brahma, also if he becomes Bahirmukha, he will not go to Vaikuntha. Not that our Brahma is Bahirmukha and all. That means Bahirmukh होने का chances even up to Brahma also is there. Like that.
means he was a devotee, but even a devotee Brahma can become Bahirmukh.
Obviously, na. Like for example, I'll take one brahmachari example also. We want to become devotee, came to temple and joined in the ashram, and now we become attached to some room, some facility, some position, money, vehicle, etc. हो सकता है, क्यों नहीं? Not only brahmacharis, gurusas also. Anything can happen to anybody in due course of time. There is a chance because that is the nature of this material world. It is not their fault because that person is in the material world. One should be vigilant at every moment. If we are not vigilant, the Maya will drag us away from Supreme Lord.
Okay.
So, like that.
Also, I was looking to Goloka chart. In Goloka chart is mentioned that the Kailash lok is above the Brahma Jyoti.
वो दोनों उधर ही है, उसके अंदर ही है, एक जगह पर रहता है, उसको कैलाश, महाकैलाश बोलने का, नॉट नॉर्मल कैलाश.
There Lord Shiva lives with his associates.
No, not Lord Shiva. You call him Sadashiva.
Sadashiva. Lord Sadashiva lives with his associate there.
Yes.
And those who attend the Brahma Jyoti, they reside in this Mahakailash lok, or like they remain in Brahma Jyoti itself.
Same. Like for example, Maharashtra. How much is the how big is Maharashtra? Some crores of acres, you can say.
Yes.
In that there is a city called Mumbai. How big is Mumbai?
No, I don't know the area, but it's like
Some area, na, some approximately tell
some,
na, maybe some, we can say 1% or 2% of the entire area of Maharashtra.
yeah.
Okay. And whoever is staying in Maharashtra, they will, what they will say? We are in Maharashtra, we are with Mumbai, our capital city is Mumbai. Though they may be
Yeah.
little away, but they say they always glorify Mumbai. Same way, Brahmajyoti is so big. In that Brahmajyoti, there is one place where Sadashiva is residing. That is like Mumbai. So some may be in Mumbai, some may be in the nearby places, Nasik, Ratnagiri, here and there, everywhere. But they are also part of Brahmajyoti only.
So, so they, all the living entities there, they have a form, but they do not do any active devotional service.
See, वैसा कैसे बोल रहे हैं? They are simply sitting and doing dhyan. Dhyan is
Yeah.
also devotional service, na? That is smaranam. They are doing smaranam. They are not doing any archanam, Baba.
Okay.
Archanam nahi kar rahe, but they are doing primarily they are doing smaranam.
Okay. So what is the difference between then Shantarati and this Brahmajyoti then?
Shantarati means not directly serving the Lord, indirectly facilitating the service of the Lord.
Okay. It is higher than Brahmajyoti, no?
No,
Shantarati.
see, don't worry about higher, lower, all these things. It is according to the desire and the mood of that particular jiva. See, I'll tell you one example of Shantarati is becoming a plant or becoming a bumblebee. That is there in Shantarata. Now tell me, a plant in Golok Vrindavan, plant in Dwaraka, plant in Ayodhya, plant in Vaikunta, plant in Brahmajyoti, and plant in this lake. Just now we saw that Indivara, Ambuja, Utpala plants are here. They are all in Shantarasa only. Do you want to say something is greater, something is lesser?
I'm just trying to understand because there in
No,
within the
I
rasa
understand it like that.
Shantarasa.
Understand it like this. Shantarasa in relation to Lord Krishna, Shantarasa in relation to Lord Vishnu, Shantarasa in relation to Lord Rama, and Shantarasa in relation to Parabrahman, and Shantarasa in relation to Shiva also. लॉर्ड शिवा का वक्त लॉर्ड शिवा के साथ शांत रस में रहना चाहते, इसलिए लॉर्ड शिवा का अबोर्ड में एक पेड़ बन गया, एक बम्बल भी बन गया.
But in Lord Shiva's abode, they can't go like they do have Dasya Rasa or Sakya like already.
ऑब्वियसली ना, ये इज आल्सो ए पर्सन, उनका भक्त भी पर्सन है, उनका पत्नी भी है ना, माता पार्वती, उनके साथ माधुर्य रस में रहेगा, क्यों नहीं? हमारा नंदी है, वो दास्य रस में रहेगा, उनका मित्र कुबेरा है, वो साक्य रस में रहेगा.
To mean devotees of Lord Shiva, they becomes the associate of Lord Shiva. Is it like that?
Obviously.
Okay.
So no need to worry about greater or lesser. It's all one's desire. You want to be in Shantarasa in Vaikunta, you become Shantarasa in Vaikunta. You want to be in Shantarasa in Brahman, you become Shantarasa in Brahman. In Brahmajyoti, we don't see other rasas prominently. अभी तब सब लोग बैठ के मेडिटेट करने वाला क्या आदान प्रदान करेंगे एक दूसरे से. So इसलिए we don't see other rasas. If required, they can manifest to some extent, little bit, but that is not the prominent activity for them.
Okay.
You can't say that in the pujari room in the DT kitchen, you can't say that okay, somebody should come and chant here, somebody should come and give Bhagavatam class. बाबा वो Bhagavatam class देने के नहीं, Bhagavatam class सुन सकते बट नहीं दे सकते, चैंटिंग सुन सकते बट ना चैंटिंग नहीं कर सकते, बिकॉज वहां पे दूसरा सेवा है. डीटी किचन में कुकिंग करना चाहिए, बैकअप सेवा करना चाहिए, टेम्पल आल्टर रूम में भगवान का ड्रेसिंग करने का, भोग ऑफरिंग करने का, आरती करने का, दैट इज द मेन सर्विस देयर. सो आप वहां पे जाके मैं गर्भगृह में बैठ के भागवतम क्लास देता हूँ, डीटी किचन में बैठ के चैंटिंग करता हूँ, दैट इज नॉट अप्रोप्रिएट. सेम वे ब्रह्मज्योति में अर्चना नहीं होगा, ब्रह्मज्योति में होगा स्मरणम. Archana means at our place we are serving the deity, in the spiritual abode they are serving the person, because person is there in front of them. Mother Yashoda and Rohini Mata decorating Krishna and Balram, bathing them, decorating, dressing, and all these things. Other boys are also doing same thing. When they go to forest, all the jewelry that was put by Mother Yashoda and this thing they'll remove, and the boys decorate each other. Sudama decorates Krishna, Krishna decorates Sudama with all the forest flowers and other things. They are doing archana of each other, and they are eating from each other's hands, each other's plates. That is, they are doing bhoga offering. Are you getting?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Ah,
Prabhuji, may I ask one thing?
yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, in Brahma Jyoti, on what do they meditate?
Whichever they want. Sometimes they meditate upon the Bhagavan's pastimes, Bhagavan's Nama, Rupa, Gunalila. Sometimes they meditate upon Paramatma's Nama, Rupa, Gunalila. Sometimes they meditate on Brahman's Nama, Rupa, Gunalila. Whatever they know, they meditate upon that. Sky the limit.
They don't, they don't worship the form of the Lord, no, Prabhuji?
वही बोल रहा हूँ ना, आप डीटी किचन में जाके चांटिंग नहीं कर सकते. सो वहां पे कुकिंग करना भी भक्ति है. Don't think that chanting is superior, cooking is inferior. No, both are absolute on the transcendental level.
No, I'm just wondering what they don't. I thought up till now they must not be meditating on the form of the Lord or.
No, they know about Bhagavan. They were respecting Bhagavan, so they can. Why not?
Okay.
That is what the activity they do is smaranam. They keep doing that smaranam only. I gave this example many times. Like we have 5 kinds of liberations: Sayuja, Sarishti, Salokya, Samipya, and Sarupya. Sarupya is like the pujaris or the Matajis who are cooking in the deity kitchen. They are a very close proximity of the Supreme Lord, and they are very closely doing the direct activities to Supreme Lord. The pujaris are bathing the Lord, dressing the Lord, and doing boga offering and worshipping, and the machis are cooking that will be fed to the Lord directly. They are in a close proximity. They can be seen as Sarupya. And Samipya are other devotees in the temple, those who are making garlands, decorating the temple, cleaning the temple, and cooking downstairs for devotees and serving them. They are nearby, but not directly connected to the deity. They are connected to the devotees and abode. Samipya. The next one, Salokya and Sarishti are those devotees who are staying all over the Mumbai. सब जगह पर है. बोरीवली, अंधेरी, Nalasopara, Vasai Road, Mira Road, Kalyan. So they may not be able to do all these services every now and then. At max, they may come on Sunday. They may take part in different services. Some may be doing shoe stall seva, crowd control seva, serving seva, cooking seva. They get to do once in a week. Some people may say that no, we come once in a week only. We just want to sit in the temple hall and listen to kirtan, katha, and dance and japa, etc., etc. But they are also serving, but not regularly. Once in a while, so once in a week or when festival comes. But other two are daily engaged. The flower garland makers, cooking cookers, and pujaris. They are every day. They are doing every now and then. They are doing the seva because they are very closely associated with the Supreme Lord. They are in the temple always. So then, Sahaja Mukti means beyond Kalyan, the area in between Bombay and Pune, in the forest area. So they coming to temple is very rare. What they will do? They open their mobile and they see all the program that are happening in the temple through YouTube. All the festivals, Kirtan, Darshan, Mangalarti Darshan, Japa Darshan, Guru Puja Darshan, Shringar Arti Darshan, Bhagavatam class Darshan, Rajbhog Arti Darshan, everything they are seeing. That is like sitting in the deep in the forest. No one know that they are existing also. They are sitting in the meditation in the core of the heart. They are seeing what's happening in the Vaikunta, how devotees are serving the Lord in Vaikunta. By being there in a remote place, in a peaceful, silent place. That is called Sajjamukti. बाकी बॉम्बे में इधर सब जगह पर रहने वाला सालोक्य मुक्ति. They are also in Bombay, but little away from the temple, where they can come to temple once in a week or once in a while whenever there is a festival. During that time, they engage in the direct service. Otherwise, they indirectly engage in service by sponsoring for all these festivities.
Yes, Prabhu, you got it.
Hare Krishna. Any other question from any other devotee? समय भी बहुत हो गया लगता है. So we have done up to this verse. We'll stop here and we'll continue next week. Hare Krishna. Okay.
हरे कृष्ण
ग्रंथरा
ओके
श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय. What we are discussing today is not nothing new. We have been discussing it long. Even teachings of Lord Kapila time also we discussed.